What is up, guys? Good to see ya. We're gonna be jumping back into a original Fallout playthrough here. So I thank you for joining me. Let it sit on the build screen here for a second while we get all ready. Sorry that the sound keeps cutting out. That's me clicking out the window. Hope you all are good. I'm doing well. This last time I did this, it got cut a little short, unfortunately. But we're gonna be jumping back in. No, it's not modded. This is just vanilla. But I do plan on doing streams of like Sonora Resurrection 1.5. There's another one because I haven't played through a lot of the classic Fallout mods that are out there, and I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. So let's get into it.
Ah, you're here. Good. We've got a problem. A big one. The controller chip for our water purification system has given up the ghost. Can't make another one, and the process is too complicated for a workaround system. Simply put, we're running out of drinking water. No water, no vault. This is crucial to our survival. And frankly, I think you're the only hope we have. You need to go find us another controller chip. We estimate we have 4 to 5 months before the vault runs out of water. We need that chip. We marked your map with the location of another vault. Not a bad place to start, I think. Look, just be safe. Okay?
One of the last times I talked to Tim Kaine, he was telling me about how he feels like he looks like the Overseer now. And I was like, Tim, he's like, I grew into him. I was like, no, man, it isn't that bad. The Overseer looks more Neanderthalish than Tim does. Tim is a handsome man with soft features. And the Overseer has very Neanderthal-like features. Hey, Toastador, good to see you. Also cleaning my glasses right now, so sorry if there's a delay on this gameplay. Yeah, the OG Fallout gang is gonna... Hopefully I'll be working on it, you never know. I would assume that Obsidian would put those devs on the project. I don't talk, like, you know, I talk to... like Tim Kaine, there's a few guys I talk to that work at Obsidian. Hey, Chasey. I forgot to equip my fucking gun. But I don't talk about that kind of stuff with Tim because I think it'd be disrespectful to like be like, hey, are you working on the new Fallout? Hey, what's up with the new Fallout? You know, like, so I just, you know, mostly because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to tell me. You know what I mean? Like if he is working on stuff. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to abuse my ability to talk with him by being a journalist every time I talk to him, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Hey, well, Captain, sorry to hear about, you know, somebody losing their job, but I'm glad that you're getting more hours. That's always good. So, I don't know, the only thing that's been talked about, and I'm just as in the know as everybody else, is Joshua Sawyer is directing, or leading. He's the project lead on the new Fallout. So, let's fucking go. I know that he's very capable of making a good Fallout game. Jonathan Cena has been a member for 22 months. That's wild, man. It's been so long. No, man, you say thanks for the content. I say thank you for all the support, man. Here comes Metalhead. Fuck, Metal Man. I always call you Metalhead. Metal Man of Madness with a fat $10 there. You guys are so fucking generous, man. I appreciate you. So thank you for the memberships there, Jonathan. You always gift memberships too. I really appreciate that. And Metal Man, thank you for the fat $10 super chat, my dude. You guys are too kind. Never stop falling. I mean, that happens, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. I don't think I'm a tourist. I've been playing these games since like 1998. Not everybody's gonna like my opinion or my take on stuff. You know what I mean? And that's their right to do it if they would. You know, if they don't agree with me and they want to talk about it in a video, by all means. You know. I don't really think. I like the only take that I've had. I made a video called "Obsidian Could Save Fallout." I mean, if you don't agree with that, you don't agree with that. You know what I mean? Perhaps Obsidian will make a quote woke Fallout. You don't know until it comes out. You know what I mean? I'll probably like this game that they're making more. Like, it'll probably have more slack with me than other games do because it's a Fallout game and it's from Obsidian and I like the team that's making it. But until it comes out, we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know what's gonna happen. Yo, Sweet Violets. Thank you for checking it out. Failsafe, I don't know what that is. But nah, man, I have faith that the next Fallout game from Obsidian is going to be pretty good. If others don't, like, I don't know, I'm not going to argue with people about it. Oh, okay, so your name was Metalhead. Okay. So I wasn't out in left field. Dude, thank you so much for the super chats here. Let me go over here and like that. Thank you so much, man. It really means a lot. But I wouldn't say I was a tourist. Isn't a tourist who's someone who just, like, has casually, like, touched the games? I've been playing these games since I was 11 years old, and I'm, like, 38 now. You know what I mean? BNG? Wait. Tobacco out of BNG? I have no idea what you're talking about, Failsafe. I'm sorry. If I did, I would give you a thought process on it, but I don't know what you're talking about. No, I didn't hear about the Borderlands stuff. Oh yeah, no, Mr. Plushie. I mean, whether or not it'll be good is one thing, but we're definitely getting a new Fallout probably within the next few years because Obsidian's working on the next title. Bethesda's working on Elder Scrolls 6. Obsidian now has... Oh, bong? What, like a tobacco bong? I've never used a tobacco bong myself. I know that when I use it for, like, marijuana, I feel like it hits better. Like, it hits me in the face more, but I haven't used my bong in, like, 2 or 3 years. And Dark Elite, Eric, thank you for checking out, man. I appreciate it. I hope to do another one with him at some point. He was really interesting to talk to, and he's put in a lot of good words for me, like in the industry, which I didn't expect him or didn't ask him to do. Yeah, actually, the first time I got high was on a brownie. I'll tell that story in a second. Like, he's the one that told T-Ray, like, to do my interview. He was like, oh, you'll really like it. He's great to talk to. He did the same thing with Brian Minzy, which I think is really cool, like, because Chris doesn't have to do that, and I didn't ask him to do that either, so... yeah. I just thought that was really nice. So I hope it's New Orleans as well. New Orleans, sorry. I've gotten heat before for saying New Orleans. Apparently that's not how you say it according to the locals. Oh, yeah, so the brownie. Alright, I was working at Northgate Mall in Seattle, Washington, at the time. I was working at the information desk. I was probably 18 years old. Anyways, I didn't smoke weed. I had never really smoked weed. But my girlfriend at the time did, like, a lot. And she had made, or her friends had made or something, these chocolate brownies, but they were weed brownies. And I remember I was like, my fat ass, I walked into the fucking kitchen, I was like, brownies, like Homer Simpson style. And I downed like fucking 4 or 5 of them before I had to go to work. I was like, fucking, I don't know what got into me, man. I was just like, gotta eat these fucking brownies. So I fucking ate these brownies. There was a whole plate of them, and I ate like I said, like at least 4 of them. And then it was that whenever the 4th or 5th one, when I stopped, when I stopped for a second, I was like, I wonder if these are not normal brownies and if they're like weed brownies. So I called my girlfriend at the time and I was like, hey, these brownies in the kitchen. She's like, are ganja brownies. I was like, oh, holy shit. So I went across the street to Northgate Mall and went to my boss at information. I was like, listen, I don't smoke weed. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I inadvertently just ate like 4 fucking ganja brownies. And I don't know how I'm going to function in the next, like, you know, couple of hours, you know, for the shift that I had. And so I'm going to have to call in stoned. And he was like, well, this is pretty legendary, but yeah. It's like, okay. So I went back to my apartment and I laid on my bed, like sideways in the fetal position and watched like daytime trashy TV shows like fucking Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer. And yeah. Passed the fuck out. It was pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, I assume that Tim will be working on the Fallout game. I don't know for sure. I haven't asked him about that. I assume he would. Yeah, Maury Povich. Yeah, you know what's up, Austin. I assume that he would. I assume that Brian Minzy, Leonard Biarski, Tim Kaine, John Gonzalez, all the people that haven't really been talked about, if like in the leak or whatever you want to call that Schreier put out. We just heard that Josh Sawyer was leading it. I would assume those other guys would be put on the project as well, if not from Obsidian, but through Josh. But you never know. But I assume so. You know what I mean? So. Anyways, I started like smoking weed after that. Like maybe it's like I had tried it and it wasn't the boogeyman I thought it was. And there we go, you know. And now it's legal in my state anyway. And totally different vibe now. The weed is different now. It used to make you giggly. Now it makes me all existential and shit. That could just be my age and like things changing, but smoking's like pretty much not even fun anymore. This makes me fucking paranoid. Lone Star, I'm doing good. Hopefully you're doing good. Just doing a playthrough of Fallout. For those of you who care, I'm planning on doing the mega stream this weekend. I'll probably do it in the early hours of Saturday. So between like 2 and 3 in the mornings Pacific time. Start it then. Then I'll be done by 2 or 3 in the morning Pacific, or 2 or 3 in the afternoon Pacific time. Oh man, I didn't have to sneak or anything. They didn't even notice my ass. That was pretty fucking. That was actually pretty good right there. Yeah, no. I hope they don't ditch the creation engine because the alternative for them right now is Unreal 5, and I'd much rather have the next Fallout game be on like
your business
Starfield's creation engine than Unreal 5. One of my reasons is selfish. Like my biggest reason is kind of selfish and probably wouldn't relate to a lot of people, especially those who just play the games and they don't make videos or anything like that. But the tools you get from the creation engine, just in the console, like, and I realize that Unreal has console commands and stuff like that too, but like the console commands that you can use in Bethesda's games are super fucking handy for making videos, like getting good panning shots, getting good, you know, like going, you can warp anywhere you want, get a good shot, you know. So I would hope that would continue, honestly. And I feel like Bethesda and in turn Microsoft would probably want consistency throughout the titles.
Wanderer, I shall believe you for now.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The modding community, a lot of the modders want the creation engine because of how easy it is to actually mod things into it, as opposed to Unreal.
Certainly. What
I don't know anything. I don't know shit about modding the game. I know how, like, I go to Nexus and download mods onto Vortex and put them into my game. That's my extent of my modding knowledge. You know what I mean? So, but I've heard people online say that like it would strip a lot of the modding tools if they used Unreal. And that matters to a lot of people, so.
Junktown lies south of here, though there is little in the way of visitation. From stories, I'm certain there are cities south of that.
Oh, Goom, I don't care. The reason I care is, well, I care to the extent of mods are fun, and if less people can mod it, then, you know, you have less things to pick from. But I was asked about it, is why I was speaking on it. The only reason I care about them using the creation engine is because it'll be easier for me to make videos with the creation engine based on the tools that I get, which is what I explained earlier, versus Unreal, which does have console commands, but it's just a lot more finicky. Like with Oblivion Remastered, it crashes a lot when you try to do the free cam stuff. If you don't take away the HUD the right way in the console commands, it can crash the game. You know, just stuff like that. And that's stuff that I haven't had to deal with when it comes to the creation engine. So I mean, that's where I care on it and why I would prefer it. When it comes to mods, I don't use a whole lot of mods. So like I'm like, but at the same time, people really care about modding the games, and so it matters to me that like those people would still have their hobby of doing that, and in some cases their job, because there's a lot of people that make like creations and stuff like that I'm sure they'd like to do for the next Fallout. Whether or not those will be involved because it's Obsidian, I don't know, but
Certainly.
I have
What
not
do you
tried
wish
that
to
from Little
know?
Caesars.
Oh my, and
Okay,
now
we
the
hear about
monsters
the-
are attacking my people. Roslo is trying to find a cure. Yes.
All right, so now we know about the Red Scorpions. I guess we can talk to Tandy.
Hi. I heard there was a traveler in town, but I was kind of skeptical until I saw you. My name's Tandy. What's yours? Well, how do you like our little town? Bored yet? Finally, someone else who sees. Of course, you've probably been everywhere, so this must be hell for you.
Yeah, and then the ability to do the mods on consoles has been, you know, pretty important for a lot of people, like Chasey's saying. Yeah, man. I mean, all we can do is see like what happens. Dude, Austin, like I might have a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know. I'm doing good right now. You know what I mean? Much love. Stay hydrated out there. That kind of shit. You know, you can't even trust the food you're eating. You know, you go for a delectable Taco Bell meal and leave with a fucking parasite. Oh my god. I love Taco Bell.
Me? Leave? I wish. I don't know enough to leave alone. No one else
Dude,
wants
it's
to
fucking
go.
hot here too. It's so muggy
Worst of all,
outside.
my father says he would have a heart attack if something happened to me. Well, thanks.
It's so fucking muggy outside. The air's thick. Yeah, well, but stay cool out there, Lost Lone Star Wolf. Those are warm temperatures. Stay hydrated and fucking stay cool. All right, we got Ian. The open-ended faction decision trees in the world shape. Yeah, man. Dude, honestly, with Josh as the director, Jay, I feel like that's gonna be one of the things that we could probably feel comfortable with assuming is going to be the case. Nomadic, good to see you. Got both ACs going nice. All right. No, for real though, Taco Bell is so delicious that it's like... Of course something like that would be going down, you know? It's so delicious. It had to have a fault. Yeah, Jay. I mean, I assume again. You never know. It might be dog shit. A lot of people out there are saying it's going to be quote woke. Maybe it is. I don't know. You never know until we get our hands on it and we you know, sink our teeth into what it really offers. I don't use the term woke. I'm just kind of like about that. But what I mean by that is that's something that people are out there saying. You never know. Maybe it will be. I personally think that they're probably going to make a really good Fallout game, so I'm excited about it. But I understand why people are cautiously optimistic as well. And yeah, like we get a Fallout game sooner than we would have, you know, and some new stories in this universe, led by somebody who's shown in the past that they can direct and lead good stories in the universe, you know. Yeah, you'd rather be disappointed by Obsidian than Bethesda. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, I'm super optimistic about it. There's no reason in my head. There's no reason to sit around and fucking think the worst. Like I'm just going to go into it with hope in my heart. You know what I mean? What's happening to Elder Scrolls 6? Well, Bethesda got hit with a lot of layoffs. The game was already pushing, what, 8 or 9 years dev time, or at least since it got announced. With the layoffs, I don't know if that's going to mean that it's going to get delayed further. I know that Bethesda's working on it. You know what I mean? I hope it's good. Yeah, Shoyuru, I like it being kind of a mystery. I've always kind of assumed that China shot first, but that doesn't mean that they didn't have reason to shoot first, you know what I mean? It seems like the show's leaning heavily towards it being like Vault-Tec that started the Great War. If we are going that route, I mean, it's like, okay. I can see strengths in that as well. It's a fun theory. But we'll see. Maybe Mr. House started it. Who fucking knows? You know. But I like it being a mystery overall. I like the pre-war being like majorly a mystery as well, which I feel like the show has taken kind of out of it. Fallout 4 started it, in my opinion, like a bit showing a bit too much of the pre-war, actually letting us play during the pre-war. I was the biggest fan of that. I think it's cool to see, and I'm like, oh, cool, the pre-war. But like, I like it being a bigger mystery to us as players. But again, I mean, like, it's fine. I don't think Fallout 4's pre-war did anything like super egregious or wrong, really. I think we're relying too much on cryogenic freezing, especially in the show. You have fucking 10 people that we can see like right off the bat in the show that have been around since before the bombs dropped because of cryo, and I'm just kind of like, you know, again, that's something that Fallout 4 introduced, at least, well, maybe not introduced, but it's the first time we saw it for ourselves in a game was in Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, no, there was cryo freezing in Mothership Zeta, but that was like the Zetans, you know, doing their own fucking thing. I have not seen that video, Sky. I've seen it in my recommended, but I have not sat down and watched it yet. And also, thank you for the resub there. I appreciate you big time. I also need to go over to my dashboard here and turn this on to performance. All right. All right. Fallout 2, there was someone cryo frozen, melted. Off the top of my head, I don't remember. I'm trying to think of even where that would happen. The only place I can think of is like the Sierra Army Depot, which is a place admittedly, I don't really go to a whole lot in my Fallout 2 playthroughs. It's widely ignored by me. But I can't think of anybody who was cryo frozen in Fallout 2. Do you have any more info on that? Like a name of the NPC or like a location of where it was happening? I think literally, like, the first time I remember seeing cryogenics in, like, with my own eyes in the Fallout series was on Mothership Zeta. You unfreeze a guy and he runs off and melts soon after? Really? Do you remember where, Sinister? I don't remember that. Ah, Skynet's brain, so it is Sierra, isn't it? That would be why. Oh, yeah, no, that's the outer space version of my Mantis avatar. They're, the DPish? I'll just call you DA. Yeah, that's my Mantis avatar in outer space. In fact, my original artist on that, Carl Crossley, reached out to me not too long ago saying that he'd like to draw some more, like, Mantis art. So I might be getting a new profile picture and channel banner soon. You liked Pentiment a lot? Yeah, like, my cousin is like, well, it's not a fucking game. Like, he's very, like, adamant about, like, like, where's the gameplay? Like, I think, like, it won a Peabody for a reason, you know? I mean, it's very creative. It has good writing. It's not something I just gravitate towards and play, but I think that games is a creative space for doing something a little bit out of the norm, like Pentiment. We need that in gaming, you know what I mean? Like, not every game is going to be an action platformer or an RPG or a first-person shooter, you know what I mean? Like, so games like that being created and existing, I think, cement the idea that, like, games are closer to an art form than maybe some outsiders think they are. The only cryo-frozen NPC is Sergeant Jules. Oh, so the EPA is cut. Yeah. So that would only be through the restoration project, like you said. Okay. So that's why I don't remember it. It is a part of cut content that gets re-added through KillOps restoration patch. All right. Yeah, we need to do a playthrough of the restoration patch. It's been a long time since I've actually sat down and played it. The EPA is one of my favorite locations that got cut because it's just so in depth. So it'll be interesting to maybe go through and play that. Yeah, Delicath. Good point on that. Fun, challenging build to do in Fallout. Low intelligence.
Ah, things are much more settled. You are truly a hero. Goodbye.
Melee. Melee and unarmed is fun. Low intelligence melee and unarmed is real interesting. It's real interesting. Yeah, and sweet violence, I agree. I agree with you. About Josh Sawyer. I don't know, guys. All we can do is see. You know what I mean? When it comes to this new Fallout coming out. I have faith that it'll be good because I believe in the team that's making it. But people are right to criticize current day Obsidian for some of the games that have come out. Just because I like the Outer Worlds or I like the VOD does not mean that it was accepted by everybody. You know what I mean? So if they didn't like those experiences, if you played a VOD and you played Outer Worlds 2 or something and you just didn't like those experiences and you thought that they are going to make a Fallout that resembles that, I can understand you thinking like, oh man, they're about to make a bad Fallout. But like somebody said in the chat, I'd take an Obsidian disappointment over a Bethesda disappointment at this time, because at least I feel like Obsidian's going to fucking try to give us something worthy of the series. And I don't have as much faith in Bethesda right now. Oh yeah, shit. My boy Jarvis. Can't leave him hanging. Plus it's like 400 XP, I think. Oh, damn it. Use the antidote on the curtain. A throwing build. Yeah, that's something that you don't see in the... Well, I guess they, like, Fallout 4 kind of added perks to make you better with grenades and stuff, but... The throwing skill's been gone for a while. Okay. To Vault 15 we go. You guys ready to womp some fucking rats or what? Beautiful. In my opinion, the best build is the build I'm using right now. That's why I have it saved. It was featured in the Nearly Ultimate Fallout Guide, which came out back when I was a kid. Back when I first started playing these games, these guides were on the internet. And they've been archived, thank God. This is the first Fallout game I played all the way through, Sky. The very first one that I played was Fallout 2, and that's because back in like '98, I was across the street at my friend's house, and his older brother and his friend were playing Fallout 2. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I sat down behind them and just watched them play it for a couple of hours, and I was like, "Wait!" They were explaining to me like, "Oh, you know, this is after a nuclear war, and like this is what's going on in this society." And like how it would be like 200 years after that, and I was like, oh, holy shit, that's fucking ridiculous. And they let me play it for like an hour or so after I watched them, and then he let me take the disc over to my house real quick and do like a full installation on my computer of both Fallout and Fallout 2. So then I just started with the first one over at my house. Yeah, you realized it was a Mantis. Well, yeah, well, anyways, what I was saying was that DA, a new profile picture may be coming soon. Somebody thought it was Mike Wachowski, which I can't see in my head. It doesn't look like that. I guess a little bit now that I'm looking at it, but hey, Delicat, thank you for stopping by the stream, dude. Man, there's a song that needs to be added to, since they're making another Fallout game. This song should have been in New Vegas. It's by one of the Hank Williamses. I forget which one. I think original OG Hank Williams. And I don't remember what it's called. But it's like, I'll never get out of this world alive. You're looking at a man who's mighty mad. Ah, dude, it's so fucking good, and it fits with Fallout so well, dude. I might as well, dude. I might just fucking play it honestly, and take the copyright tag, dude. I think I'm just gonna play it and take the copyright tag. Never get out of this world alive. It's I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive by Hank Williams. With the idea. That song fits so perfectly into New Vegas. I don't know how it didn't get in. I don't know how it wasn't chosen for New Vegas. Like that, it's insanely good and fits the vibe perfectly. Yo, it's a super good song. I found it because there's a show called The Life and Times of Tim on HBO Max by Steve Dildarian. And it's one of the funniest shows I've ever watched in my life. And that's the Chicago would be a good setting for the new Fallout, Hunter. I personally hope that it's New Orleans or the Pacific Northwest, but I think Chicago would be phenomenal. A lot of people seem to think the same. But no, I just think that fucking song would be really good. So I hope they put it in the next Fallout game. And I'll take the copyright tag, so that part of the part of the stream will be muted for VOD probably, so I apologize. If you're wondering what song I played and you're watching the VOD, I'll Never Get Out of This World Alive by Hank Williams. Go listen to it, and then come back. I just feel like it like embodies not only like, I don't know, like it's darkly funny like Fallout. It has the same musical signatures as a lot of the songs in New Vegas. Let's hope Ian doesn't block us in here. He likes to do that. A song named Hangover Heart by Hank Thompson. Oh, really? But it's not actually in the game. That's very interesting. I'll have to pull that up and listen to it at some point. I don't want to listen to any more songs on the fucking stream and get it tagged even more than it will be. But, I'll remember that and search it on YouTube or Spotify later. Okay. Look at these assholes waiting to be hostile. Hey, Thugstrike, good to see you. Ah, dude, the Pit and Far Harbor are so good. Yeah, dude, the Pit's like my favorite Fallout 3 DLC. Point Lookout is fucking incredible, but something special about the Pit that feels more Fallout-esque to me, if that makes any sense. It gives off the vibe of traditional Fallout more than anything in that game. The Pit's so fucking good. And honestly, I found myself liking Nuka World more and more. I think the story of Far Harbor is really good. And obviously the best in, like, Fallout 4, probably. But, my big thing with it is, something about Nuka World just started speaking to me. I don't know if it's, like, more fun, if I started liking the Raiders, taking back over the wasteland and stuff like that more. Yeah. So let's barter with old Ian here. You know what, sir? Have all these. I guess I didn't even really need to do this yet. So I'm gonna give him the SMG here soon, because I like to live dangerously. Yeah. Got our hunting rifle now, boys. It's fucking over. Far Harbor is incredible. You don't like the questline? Yeah, it's like the questline started growing on me, if that makes any sense. Like, at first, like, I thought the same. I remember when they announced Nuka World, I was like, what the fuck is this stupid shit? Like, I immediately didn't like it. Like, I was like, oh, the fucking working theme park in the Fallout universe? Yeah, why not? Fuck it. But then once I actually got experience with it and I saw how it was still operating, under what circumstances the raiders were there. I was like, okay, this makes a little more sense than it did on paper for me. But just something about it. I think maybe the setting. I like that theme park setting much more than I thought I was going to. But when it comes to like story, yeah, obviously Far Harbor takes the cake. I think Far Harbor is like one of the only. Well, there's some choices in Nuka World, but I feel like Far Harbor is like one of the only ones that like the choices feel like they fucking matter in Fallout 4. Besides like what you choose on the main quest, which just changes the NPCs that are hostile to you after the main quest. Shot him in the dick. Rip. I like that old man sings to you in Far Harbor. I don't remember that. One of the things I like about Far Harbor a lot is the Mother of the Fog. Is that what they called her? Where you go and you get that fucking wood idol. I don't know if it's wood, but like the Children of Adam have you go get like a religious idol of theirs, and when you do, like, you see the Mother of the Fog and you have to follow her to shit. I don't know. I like that a lot. The companion escorts you to Acadia. Oh, the old man. Are you talking about, I can't fucking remember his name now. Old Longfellow. He's a good companion, too. It's a good character. And I like the little settlement they give him. Yeah, Skis Lord, we're on the same page, brother. Okay. Oh, didn't aim. Got him though. Yeah, Hunter, I can understand, man. I like making Sanctuary like my main settlement, and then like, oops, I need to use a rope. Making Sanctuary like my main settlement, and then like hooking them all up. What? Hooking them all up through like caravans and stuff. Hey, well, welcome to the day, Fraggle. It's good to see you. Got a mod that changed home base. Oh, nice. I mean, that's your like main home. Nice. Yeah, man. Mods are wonderful in Fallout 4. Like, there's so many to find. And Fraggle, thank you for 9 months of membership. I appreciate you big time. I like that, Nuka-Cola Cafe you can get with the creation. Like, I guess if you have the anniversary edition, it's going to come with all those past Creation Club stuff on it anyway. But that little cafe is cool. I like it. Yeah, Hunter, I mean, I don't blame you. Like, it's cool that it doesn't super feel like mandatory. I guess with like Nuka World and the Minutemen questline, it might feel a little bit more mandatory, but alright, now to live dangerously. Hey Hans, well, you're always welcome here, brother. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully the week's treating you good. You're staying cool and hydrated. I don't know if it's super hot where you are, but everybody else I've been talking to is also dealing with a bit of a heat wave. Like I said, it's just real muggy where I'm at right now. But I have central air in this house that I rent, so things have been staying nice and cool. Just burst that fucking cave rat. Ah, Ian, this is why people talk about you, dude. Hey, Layeth. Or Lay That. Could also be what you're going for with that name. Oh, it's winter in Brazil. Oh, shit. Cold wave. Oh, my God. Well, stay warm and hydrated. Yeah, you know, I'm a winter guy. I prefer the cold. I like the snow. I mean, I doubt it snows over in Brazil. I could be wrong though. Well, yeah, Doc, we're heading through. We're heading through the first one. It had been a minute since I had played through it all the way. And I do so every once in a while on stream. This and Fallout 2, amongst the newer ones. But I like the Bethesda games though too. They have their downfalls and such, but I'm very happy that Fallout is still, still going, and we're able to get new games in it, and we can still play Fallout. So I like that. Oh, it does. So down in Sao Paulo, it's just cold and rainy. The worst type of... Hey, I grew up in Seattle, so I know all about cold and rainy weather. Yeah, Cassidy will fuck shit up the same way, yeah. Hey, Exist. Good to see ya. Alright. So back to Shady Sands so we can rescue Tandy. And I just talk my way out of it. If you don't, and you end up fighting Garl, you go to a unique boxing ring that you cannot get to unless you choose to fight for Tandy. Which is neat, because it's like an extra part of the con base that you don't normally see unless you get to that point.
Thank goodness you came. I am in desperate need of assistance. My daughter Tandy is missing. I do not know what to do. My people are not skilled in this. Already 3 patrols have gone out to look, but none returned. Seth and I believe one of the raider clans is responsible. Retribution for our resistance to them. Take this spear.
Yeah,
it
Pink
was
Floyd's
found
the
where
shit.
my daughter was last seen.
Love Pink Floyd.
Please, talk to Seth.
You raised your gamma and started to see it again? There you go. Something's pissing my dog off outside. You want to talk about, dude? I'll tell you what pissed my dogs off this morning. So I wake up this morning, you know, get up to let my dogs out because they let me know they want to go out in the mornings, you know, get me out of fucking bed. You know, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning and be like, hey, man. So I go and open the door and they immediately run to my fence and just start losing their fucking shit, just barking like fucking crazy. And I was like, okay, Jesus. And, you know, I went back inside to take a piss real quick, you know, before I went outside and had a cigarette. And I was like, okay, what's this all about? So go out there and there's like this woman like sitting on the corner of my intersection, like like rubbing her knee like she fell over. And I was like, okay, that's, you know, interesting, because I'd never like really seen her before, but she had a bunch of like fucking like luggage with her, like a rolly backpack and a backpack and like another thing. And I was like, that's interesting, because she was just standing outside my neighbor's house, and I was like, oh, that's fucking, you know, interesting. And but when I first saw her, she was rubbing her knee because she like had fallen over and like banged her knee or something. I was like, oh shit. So like I looked out first. I looked out my window to like be like, okay, is she okay? You know, like, because if like she was really hurting on her knee, I could go there, offer her some ice, you know, do something. But I you know, I watched her and I was like, you know, it's none of my business. I'm gonna fucking go back inside. So like an hour later, I come out and she's still standing in the exact same spot. And keep in mind, this is a suburb, and she's just standing on the corner of like right next to somebody's fucking house, essentially. And this, in the house that she was standing in front of, they have like kids and shit. So I was like, this is weird. Like, what's going on? And so I'm watching her, and she's just like, she's standing there, but she's like swaying almost. She's like almost like kind of slowly rocking as she's standing. I was like, oh great, you know, like here we go. And I was like, well, I'll check back on this in a minute, you know, like I'll give it like 20-30 minutes, and you know, like we'll fucking we'll see, you know, we'll see what's going on after that. And so like 20-30 minutes goes by, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go have another cigarette. Before I do, you know, I'll look out my window, see if she's still there. She's still there. She's still doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. But like when I went out to go have my cigarette in my backyard, she couldn't see me. But she started walking like down the street, but she left all of her shit. Like she left like what I assume is like all of her possessions, like just like right fucking on the corner. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like this is getting fucking weirder and weirder. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, whatever, man, it's really not my business. Like, you know what I mean? Like I kept like trying to have that mentality of like, this isn't my fucking business. Like, like somebody will handle this surely. And like, you know, this is none of my business. I might even make it worse if I try to like talk to somebody, or, you know, it's like, so just fucking whatever. But then like another 20 or 30 minutes comes by, and I see my neighbors like out there like looking at the backpack and like the rolly backpack, and there's like another bag, there's like 2 other bags, so that altogether there was a normal backpack, like a rolly suitcase style backpack that you'd like bring on a plane, and it was on a plane because there was an airplane tag on it, and then like 2 cloth bags that she was carrying. And I was like, okay, so like anyways, my neighbor was out there with her kids had come in and been like, hey, there's a bunch of shit, you know, next to our house, what's going on? And so she had come out to look at it, and when I saw that she was looking at it, I was like, oh fuck, I'll just come out there and tell her what I saw, you know. And Wild Wasteland, good to see you. So I'm talking to her, and I'm like, okay, so there's like a place she could have went like further out, like in the neighborhood, there's like adult living homes and stuff like that. I was like, maybe she's from one of those. And so like I went to the closest one and knocked and was like, hey, there's this woman out here, like, does this sound familiar? And they're like, no, all of our residents are inside. And I'm like, okay, fuck, all right. So I go back to the neighbor. I was like, dude, I don't know. She like walked away. I you know, who knows? And so she was like, well, I would go look for her, but you know, I got my kids here, yada yada. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'll go do like a little canvas of the neighborhood, see if I can find her. You know, tell her that she left her stuff back there. You know, try to get an explanation for this. It was clearly something's not right. You know, whatever. Drop Tandy. Yeah, fair enough. So.
Hi. I was afraid that
but then
you
we
were
won't be able to
gone
do
and I
this.
wasn't going to get a chance to thank you for rescuing me. Oh, that was great. Action, adventure. Anyway, if there's anything that I can do for you, you just ask. I'm not that kind of girl, mister. Go find a Brahma or something.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm like, fuck. Like, damn it. You know, like, let's go canvass the neighborhood a little bit. I needed to go to the gas station anyway. Hey, NCR Ranger Legion Hunter. I've never played that myself, I don't think. I remember I've played New California. I don't know if that's the same one. If it is, I liked it up until about the last 30 minutes, and I was like, ah. But it was still a fun mod. I've never played a Brazil mod, though, so... anyways, so I fucking...
I will be forever in your debt for your
I drive like
bravery,
5
Wanderer.
like 5 blocks to like the biggest main
reward.
street. And my wife had the idea
Until we
where she was like, well, she probably went up to the, you know, the main street. I was like, shit, you know, you're probably right. You know, let's head up that way. Because at this point, I've gotten my wife up. Let's canvass the fucking neighborhood here. Oh man, they're just gonna be blocking the fucking door. So we have to wait for a homie to. There we go. So we get up to the main street and she's fucking there. She's standing on the fucking corner in a busy intersection, like waiting to like cross the street. I was like, fuck, okay. So I'll go see if she's okay. And my wife's like, be careful. And I was like, dude, good point. Like, because people these days are fucked. So me just like running up to, I could make it where she could attack me or say that I'm attacking her, you know. And also, Patty, I see you there. I just saw your chat and it's good to see you. So I'm like, fuck, man, what do I, you know. So I just called the cops. I was like, fuck it, 911. They're trained to handle this, you know, like, we'll get to the bottom of this. And so I call 911 and I'm on the phone with the operator and I'm telling him like, oh, she's right over here in front of this store. She's walking right now. You know, I'm worried that she's like hurt or something like that because she left a large amount of luggage behind. And it's just like, you know, we just want to make sure that she's okay. And they're like, yeah, of course, you know, you're doing the right thing, you know, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, very quickly, one of the sergeants from the sheriff's office, like, literally, like, stops, like, right next to her. Oh, we got a raiding party encounter. I didn't expect that. I wonder if we'll live through this. And he gets out of the car. And this is what I see from my perspective. He gets out of the car, and I just see him give her a thumbs up. And she, like, waves her hand in the air, and he gets back in his car and drives away. I'm still on the phone with 911. And I'm like, it seems like he just rolled up and gave her a fucking thumbs up and then fucking drove away. I feel like that isn't enough. And, anyways, so I get off the phone with 911, and then, like, maybe 2 minutes later, the sergeant calls me because he has my number from the phone call. And he was like, hey, you know, like, I just wanted to let you know that, like, when I approached her, she said, I'm just walking. And though she did seem kind of out of it, she's walking on the sidewalk. She's not in the road. She's not being violent. She's not whatever. So I can't just, like, accost her, you know, and she has rights. And I was like, that totally makes sense. You know, I just wanted to make sure she was okay. And he's like, yeah, but unfortunately, that's how these things go now. And I was like, fuck. I was like, what about all the stuff that she left? And then he was just like, well, the neighbors, like, can choose to, like, keep it or fucking throw it away or whatever because it's theirs now for the most part. It's like, oh shit. But it was just a wild, like, way to wake up. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I live in a pretty quiet suburb. We don't have I mean, there's some drug addicted homeless people for sure that wander the area. I think most places have that, and it's unfortunate. I hate seeing that. I will always wish them the best and hope they get clean and better their life, because life is worth living, and I feel like you're not living it when you're doing that. I've had family members die to those things, so like I have a soft spot for it. But like, it was just weird, man. And Gay Carpenter, thank you very much for the fat membership. Yeah, it was at like, so at this point it was like 10. It had been going on for, you know, like 3 hours at this point. It was just a weird start to the day. it was just interesting. Oh, he's retreating. At least the day wasn't boring. Yeah, fair enough. No, yeah, she left it like I said, it was like, okay. So there was a fanny pack, a roller backpack. Well, it wasn't a bag, like the roller thing wasn't a bag. It was like a hard case suitcase on like wheels. You know what I mean? Like you would use to travel on an airplane. And she had a tag that presumably said her name. I don't know her name, but I mean, like it said a woman's name on it that was from the Portland airport. And I live in Washington State, so it was like, all right, so she must have flown here from Portland. That was, her tag was from like June 2nd, so she must have been in the area for at least that long. But like, me and the neighbor were more concerned, like, had she been assaulted? Had she been abused? Was she just drunk or on drugs? You know, like, you never really know. So that's why, like, I called the police, because if this person needed help, I'd want somebody to call the police for me if I was fucking scatterbrained and, you know, hurt or abused or something, wandering the fucking street. I'd want somebody to try to get me some help, you know what I mean? Yeah, she was from Portland, explains everything. Yeah, definitely explains something. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that it doesn't, but if still, you know, you try to fucking help. You know, you don't want to see somebody you end up getting hurt or worse because you didn't act on the, you know, just making a simple phone call, you know what I mean? But it was just a weird way to start the day. Alright, we took care of those raiders, Ian. GG, that was a nice little XP boost. Let's see what they got on him. He has a deagle on him. So we'll empty that deagle. Yeah, but I mean, my takeaway was like I said, I wouldn't want to be in need of help and not be able to articulate that, and then have people just look at me and not do anything, you know what I mean? So that was like kind of what crossed my head. Like, I was like, okay, she's not less of a person to me because she chose to use drugs or be drunk and walk around. So like, this person might need help, and maybe this is the thing that helps her. Like, somebody calls the cops and the cops find her some help. But yeah, he just got out and gave her a thumbs up, and I was like, okay, fuck. His reasoning made sense. I wasn't gonna argue with him. Like, when he called me back, I was like, nah, man, it makes sense, especially these days. Like, cops get a lot of flack for, I mean, some cops rightfully get a lot of flack, but like, your everyday police officer trying to do something good can end up on the news for being being an enemy of the people because they did something wrong. And while I hope that doesn't prevent police from serving and protecting, I can understand why regulations have changed. Yeah. Do I live in a sitcom? I mean, typically my life, like, it's pretty boring around here. So that was like, besides people lighting off fireworks this far out from the 4th of July, which is a bit annoying. At 2 in the morning, you're fucking launching M80s onto the fucking street. Like, what are you doing? With the exception of that, you know, it's pretty boring around here. So, yeah, well, and that's another thing, Hans, is what does the cop do? Like, I was hoping for maybe call a fire truck with like EMTs or something like that to maybe assess her if she needed it. You know what I mean? But like what the cop explained to me on the phone, what the sergeant explained to me on the phone, he was a fucking sergeant too, so it's not like he was you know, Captain Newbie over here who hadn't seen anything before. He knew what the fuck he was doing. If he assesses the situation and doesn't see a reason for those things to be involved, then yeah, what does he do? But it was just funny to watch it from my perspective, because he literally got out of the car, gave her a thumbs up, got back into his car, and just drove away. And I was like, I feel like that wasn't enough. Like on 911, and then he called me back. He's like, hey, I heard your call. And I was like, oh fuck, here we go. Like, he's gonna be pissed. He was a little pissed too that like I had questioned his fucking policing, but I told him, I was like, hey man, I appreciate what you do, appreciate your service. It just looked funny from my perspective, you know. But no, Hans, you're 100% correct. Like, what is he supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, really not much he can. Being high or drunk in public is technically against the law, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if they don't want to waste their time with that, and this person's not being violent, they're not being aggressive to people, they're not being a nuisance, they're not disturbing the peace, what is he gonna do? Go put her in the drunk tank? You know what I mean? And that doesn't help anything. So like, yeah, no, I mean, like, I completely agree with you. It was just a funny scenario to play out in front of me, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I just hope that she's good. I think her stuff was still on the fucking side of the road when I started my stream, and we're, you know, it's like 2:30 now, so it's been out there for a while. Like, I don't know. I just felt bad for her. My mom was a drug user, like pretty much her whole life. She quit for a little bit. Then when she went through the divorce with my stepdad, that pretty much raised me, she decided that meth was super cool, and that was what she'd rather spend her time with than everybody else, because she then smoked herself to death on meth. And so when I see people struggling with that, I feel bad, because I know that there's good people inside there. There's people that have value that are being just dragged to hell by this devil that's methamphetamine. It's terrible, terrible. It takes away your soul, in my opinion. So that's why, and she didn't look like she was on meth. She looked more like she was drunk, but like, whatever, you know what I mean? What'd you say? No, man, you're all good. Gay Carpenter, fat $10 super chat. Thank you very much for the generous super chat. That's a lot of money. So if you get your wish and Fallout goes to New Orleans, I can see another test vault failure due to, yeah, okay, I was thinking the same thing. I was actually making a video, and again, thank you for your super chat. So like, I was making a video, but right now I switched gears over to making a classic Fallout lore video before I get this New Orleans one out. And in the video, ooh, shit, he bursted me. In the video, I talk about that, where I talk about how like things could change because of flooding, like a hurricane could happen, like a rad hurricane, which would be ridiculous. But that could change the water levels of the city, which could reveal new locations like different vaults. A vault experiment could involve flooding the vault. You know, like there's a lot to be used with water-based bullshit when it comes to New Orleans, and I think it'd be a really neat situation there. I don't know why my dogs are so upset. Sometimes they do that. Here, let me see. My wife is working on, she makes fingernails right now. It's like a little side hustle. Like she makes those fake nails. Anyways, she had tapped them and the dogs didn't have a problem, had a problem with that. Hey Pixie, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so our lockpick skill that we... Yeah, I'd love to see Canada too, because they've talked about Ronto before. Oh, France lost on the French national holiday? That sucks. Alright, so what we did there, if you read the green text, we discovered the trap, disarmed it, and then lockpicked this. Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of team sports. Like, I watch, like, combat sports like MMA, scripted sports like WWE, and, yeah, I do go to, like, the local base. Like, there's a minor league team in my city. And so every once in a while we'll go to one of the baseball games, which I had a fucking blast at. And when I was growing up, I grew up in Seattle, so I would go to Mariners games all the time when I was growing up. And that was always a really good fucking time. But, like, I've never really watched... I remember I played soccer when I was a kid, like, for the schools and shit like that. But, like, I didn't... Yeah. Anyways. Because of that, I haven't really paid attention to the World Cup. Yeah, no, she does custom nails. Pixie, she does. I'll refer to her. I think her prices are pretty good, too, because her prices were sourced by, like, our friends, and they all decided, like, what was fair prices for them. So, Pixie, I'll definitely send you her way. She has an Instagram and stuff like that. I'm not going to post the Instagram publicly. I don't like to... I don't like to associate my wife with my bullshit. But I'll send you her link, for sure. Oh, let me just shoot Ian. Dude, Flash and Cougar are gonna have our ass. But yeah, she does do custom. That's like the whole hustle there. She did some really cool ones. She's doing one for the Fourth Wing book series today. And if you don't know what that is, I call it dragon porn, which pisses her and my her and her friends off because it's just not dragon porn. I'm like, well, do the characters in your books fuck dragons graphically in your books? If so, that sounds like it's dragon porn to me. But she's really excited about that. I guess there's something going on with that series, and so she's making nails for that. It's erotica. Is it erotica? I feel like they would argue with you about it being erotica. No, I don't think she's done any Fallout nails. But if she ever does, I'll post them. She does custom shoes too, and I was gonna have her make me a pair of custom Fallout shoes, which still could happen, but she did a pair of Simpsons shoes for me that were just fucking amazing, man. A dry setting, if that makes any sense. I can see what you're saying. What do you think about them ruling out isometric game? Good. If people don't want, a lot of people don't want that. You know what I mean? I realize that games like Wasteland and Baldur's Gate have done well, but if they're gonna like use the creation engine and make this new Fallout game, it doesn't need to be isometric. The other games did very well without being isometric, and I don't blame them one bit, honestly. Okay, we're gonna lose some shit if we don't do this right. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it does. Shouldn't matter, but it is. Let's read that. Give us a little bit more. Yeah, no, I saw your DM about it, Wild Wastelands, with the gunner stuff. It's pretty shiesty. AI is already a hot button for a lot of people, but to like have unknowingly have people involved in it, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know who Sean James is, but I've tried to be a musician. I've made music before. I've tried to be a singer songwriter with like a acoustic guitar on stage, and if it was going to work out, it would have. Let's put it that way. I'm featured on an album. I'm on the Fallout era album, sent out by Pioneer Saloon. There's 2 of my tracks on there. A cover of I've Got Spurs That Jingle Jangle and The Wanderer. Some people say they're all right. I think canon would be interesting, but yeah, perhaps as like a bigger DLC. I could see what you're saying about that. Yeah, you gotta check that album out. I have music on Spotify and stuff as well. I have a whole album called Mantis Sings Fallout, if you're into that kind of thing. It was just a little fun side project that I did. And then I have some like experimental other music on there that I made with this dude from there was a guy from Indonesia and a dude from Singapore that I worked on it for like, oh shit, what am I doing? Like city pop vibes. Wait, Anthropologa. I saw a reel of a street magician who looked like me and was really surprised he knew sleight of hand. I went to a Penn and Teller show once, and I saw, in my opinion, the master of sleight of hand, which is Teller. Though he'd probably say some of the people that have been on Fool Us are better than him, like Shin. But he did that goldfish trick where he turns a bunch of coins into goldfish, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in front of my face, like ever in my life. It was fucking ridiculous. Anyways, I don't know sleight of hand, especially to that to that measure. I do know a couple of magicians though, and they're always fun people.
Can I help you? The name's Killian Darkwater. I'm the mayor of this fine town. And who might you be? Well, Junktown's not much, but it's home. Mostly we trade with people or let them forget their troubles for a bit. Of course, we have our share of problems.
Bishop, OG working on a Fallout project, but there are some influential OGs who's not confirmed / working. Yeah, I mean, like nobody's confirmed to be working on it other than Joshua Sawyer. I would assume that the people that are working at Obsidian that worked on past Fallout games are going to join the project. It would be silly, in my opinion, if they didn't.
From outside, we've had the occasional to-do with
but
the
they
cons,
haven't been talked about
in
the project.
Lately.
I would love it if Chris
Inside,
Avalon
trouble's been from the skulls.
got added to
and
the
I hear
project,
some strange
even as a
things happening
contractor.
down by the hub, but they haven't affected us yet.
But we'll
Knock
see.
on my mother-in-law's head. You bet. May not be as big as some in the hub, but people usually find what they're looking for.
No, I'm pretty sure this is the only
look
game
around.
Killian appears in. He might be in like one of the Fallout Shelter Online, because Fallout Shelter Online has a lot of cards that are based on like people from way past games. But this is the only game he's in. Nice.
Listen, thanks for saving my life. It's a mighty brave thing to do. Now, it looks like we've got ourselves a situation here. I know Gizmo's behind this, but I need proof. You interested in helping? You have to wear a recorder and tape Gizmo confessing. Or plant this wiretap in his office. Either way. And we got him. All right. I owe you. Here's the bug in the wiretap. You let me know when it's done. And good luck.
Yo, Vault $5. Just want to say I really appreciate the recent Fallout Facts video. They're great. I was wondering what keeps you playing the series. Is it the appeal of the Wasteland or the characters? So when I first started playing these games, like when I first saw them over at my friend's house, I was talking about how I saw them for the first time back in like 98.
Well, howdy.
Summer of 98.
What can I do
It
for
could
you
have been later than
today?
that, because they were playing Fallout 2. But it was around, 98, 99, something like that. So, the thing that appealed to me the most was I like everybody else, I imagine, most people, I'm terrified of the prospect of a nuclear conflict. Like a large scale worldwide nuclear conflict is very terrifying to me. So when and interesting at the same time, it's a like a weird, piques my interest, but I'm terrified of it kind of a situation. And when they explained to me a bit about the plot of the game, where it's 200 or so years after I assume that they called it World War III when they were talking to me. Like it just popped to me of like, oh shit, that's one of the most interesting things I've ever heard. Like it's like 200 years. Like it's not just, oh, here's a nuclear war that's happening right now and you play through it. This is 200 years after the fact. You know, it's like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on. And I'm paraphrasing by 200 years. Obviously, I think, you know, Fallout. I think the first Fallout's like what 80 years, and then Fallout 2 might be another 40 after this, so like 120 or something like that.
Well,
that's always been like that's always appealed to me in a huge way. Like I always thought that was super interesting. And then you add on the retrofuturist part of it, where what if like the people of the 1950s thinking what would 2077 look like, and then what if that got nuked, like their vision of 2077 got nuked. That's really interesting to me. I think that's a really cool way of like introducing the setting. So those things are what initially got me into the series so heavily. I was like, oh, this is like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. But then beyond that, just the quests and the characters, like it was one of the first RPGs that I'd ever played, but also it stood out because it wasn't a fantasy RPG. I mean, it was to an extent, but it wasn't medieval fantasy like all the other ones that were, you know, going around all the time. Like typically you'd see knights and wizards and shit like that, which is fine. But like to see a game that wasn't doing that was like super fucking cool to me. I was like, oh my God, like I have more interest now in this because of that. We'll take the loss on that. So what keeps me interested in it now, like I said, yeah, the setting is there. I think they're at their heart good RPGs in the sense of like role playing yourself in this world. Like even Fallout 4 to an extent, role playing yourself in this world. Maybe not the best RPG in the form of like game mechanics, RPG mechanics, but like the role playing aspect of, you know, existing in this world is very there. I just think they're really good game, and like people shit on Bethesda, but I love Fallout 3. I at heart love Fallout 4. Are there things I'd change about both of them? Yes. Do I think Fallout 4 is a bit more shallow, especially with the way like leveling up works, but it works for that. It works for Fallout 4. But I miss the way they did it in 3 in New Vegas. But like the settings of those games, I just love it. Like I love the Commonwealth. I love the Capital Wasteland. I love Appalachia too. Like 76 isn't super my cup of tea, but the map for 76 is just fucking amazing, man. They did such a good job on that shit. Like it feels like it has a lot more scale than the other maps. Favorite DLC map, just in general? Like the actual map, not like the stories and everything like that? The Pit? Dude, honestly, I like Mothership Zeta's map because I'm a huge Alien nerd. Like, not the Alien franchise, but like aliens in general, like just like in general extraterrestrials. Like I like that. So that's fun, but like map wise, I'd say The Pit, Dead Money, Nuka World. And that's not like me saying those are like my all-time favorites or whatever. It's just like map-wise, I enjoy those. And Dead Money, you know, the Sierra Madre, it's like it's really hard to like navigate sometimes, but like it just feels so Fallout-esque to me. Like it feels very Fallout-y. The cloud, the casino, like all of that. It's very, very neat. Here, let's do this first. You always found Dead Money difficult? Yeah, man. A good way, it becomes so much less daunting if you're doing like an unarmed or a melee character. Because you get in there and just start, like, if you already have like melee and unarmed fucking 100% on your skill, and your strength is at like a fucking 10, dude. That shit, those ghost people and all that shit starts to be a lot less fucking. But like the callers, like it's always like either the callers were enough or the fog was enough. Why'd there have to be both? Chris even said, like Chris Avalon, when I was speaking to him on my channel, he said that he regretted a lot of it. Like he thought that they made it too hard and that it was off-putting to some players, and he didn't like that about it. Like. And I feel like the team has always kind of said the same thing of like, you know, like everything was already hard enough. We didn't have to add the beeping callers. Like we didn't have to add the speakers that made the fucking callers go off. Like we could have just had the callers to keep you there in the Sierra Madre. But it all works in my opinion. It's a super good story. It's one of the best stories in Fallout.
I don't know what you're talking about. Such as?
It just feels so at home in the series, like Father Elijah and the overwhelming dread of that whole area, and Sinclair and what he did with that casino, building it for the love of his life, just to have it get tossed away through deception and infidelity and stuff like that, and maybe thinking that he was as important to Vera Keys as she was to him. You know, like there's a lot of layers to that story, and it's just it's very good. Very good. It's a very tragic love story that yeah, man, it's just so good.
And let me guess, you're that someone? Well, how can I trust you? All right, we can do this. But you work for me. You better know that nobody ever double-crosses Gizmo and lives to talk about it. You got me? That's easy. I want him dead because he cramps my business. So, what are you doing for me? Good. Return with the dog tags he wears around his neck as proof. And we never had this conversation. You don't mention this to anyone. No one double-crosses me. No one.
You got it, Gizmo. Yeah, you don't like being trapped in the environment. That's fair. I think that's a valid argument to make. I know why it does that. You know what I mean? Like it very clearly does that to drive home more of the dread of the DLC, but I do understand your point of view of like not wanting that to be the case, but I think you're not supposed to want it to be the case, you know? Yeah, that was Jim Cummings, Ian Kane. Jim Cummings does like Pete from the Goofy series on Disney, Winnie the Pooh. He also plays the Master. Let's okay, so we'll tell Tycho we're cleaning this bitch up. This guy gives us directions to the Brotherhood base. So you're 3/4 of the way through my latest video. Well, it's a compilation of my other lore videos, so if you've seen those. Alright. Fat Cat on Rescue Rangers. There you go. Why is the sign not spinning? Okay, that was weird. That was weird. It's like I caught it not spinning, and then it was like, sorry. Holy shit. Killer Robot. Oh my god, dude. So Killer Robot just hit us with a fat $100 donation. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, he's so generous, dude. That's so ridiculous. Holy shit. I don't deserve that. What's up, Mantis? How's your day? Hope it's going well. It started weird, but it is going well. And after that generous fucking donation, obviously that, you know, that helps. Starfield is a nice game so far. Definitely have some issues with stability. Really? Oh, so you're on the PlayStation. Oh, okay. I haven't had any stability issues really on PC, but that's just on PC, so I can't speak for PlayStation. But I hope you enjoy it, man. Honestly, I feel like if you go into it not wanting to hate it, you're gonna find some fun with it. You're gonna find something that you like. It's one of Bethesda's best worlds to just live in, as opposed to trying to do the quests. So like, do the side quests and do stuff like that, but try living in the world. Like, oh, I want to do a bunch of fucking mission board missions. I want to go to some planets and explore them and, you know, get the XP for that. I want to build this outpost or something. Like, it's a very good game for that kind of thinking. But dude, seriously, thank you so much for that fucking donation. Like, that's out of line. And you're always so generous, and I have no idea how to thank you for that. You know what I mean? That's so much money to me. Just know that it's very appreciated, my friend.
So, did you get the evidence? Which? Bug or tape? Let's hear it.
I can restart my sync.
That's the first time I've been
I don't
happy
need to do that.
hear his voice. Thanks, friend.
Your girlfriend's joining you in Good Springs this
Now,
year for the
time
event.
for you and me to take care of the other
She's trying to learn more. Oh, there you go. Boom, bang. I hope you have a good time in Good Springs. I hope to make it myself. It's all the times I've went, I've had a great time at that event. The people who throw it are awesome. They've always been good to me. Good Springs is a terrific little town, man. And if you could even call it that, honestly, it's just like two buildings and a fucking closed school. But it's filled with great people. It's a really cool vibe. The Pioneer Saloon and the general store are fantastic. Great food, great drinks, great people. So if this is your first time going, enjoy it. And if it's not your first time, it sounds like it might be her first time. And I think she'll have a great time.
Well, thanks again. Well, let's go to...
If it isn't handsome Lars and his fabulous jars. All right, let's the first time I went, I drove, Armin. And there was a 14-hour drive. And that was a lot. Like, getting there was like, 14 hours there was like fine. The 14 hours back, me and my wife had not a good time. We just didn't like the trip back. So I've flown every year since then. I definitely recommend that if you're more than a few hours out. Definitely fly. There's a stretch of road in Nevada. If you're coming from the north, I remember we entered through Jackpot. And when we were driving through closer to Area 51, like closer to Rachel, there's like a stretch of desert. The sign literally says, like, you're fucked if you break down or anything. I hear nobody's coming to help you. There's no gas station. Make sure you have gas. Make sure you have water. Make sure you have food, because you're fucked if you get stranded out here. And it's like 200 miles. Like, it's not just like a little jaunt. Like, it's like 200 miles of that trip, or 100 miles or something of that trip, is literally through no man's land. So I fly every time now. Because when you fly, you just land at fucking Harry Reid, McCarran. And, you know, if you're staying on the strip, you just take one of the cabs to your fucking hotel. It sounds like Good Springs has shuttles now that'll take you out to Good Springs, or, you know, think ahead and rent a car or something like that. And it's only an hour out of Vegas to get to Good Springs. Not too shabby. Oh, it's your 4th year. Okay, so we've probably met each other then. We've probably discussed that before too. Sorry if I didn't remember that discussion. Ian. I hope that doesn't hostile. Okay. Gonna hostile us towards Killian because Killian shot Tycho. Gather our unique mouser from Gizmo here. Thanks, Pally. And yeah, I don't really do the Skulls quest, so I'm out of here. Musical roads, yeah, no, that shit's cool. There's some cool shit to see out there for sure. I love the desert. My wife fucking hates it. So like, I was living it up. We were driving through the Mojave, and I was just like, oh my god. And then Area 51 was like right over. Like we were driving by a mountain, and like I was looking at a map because I was like, okay, how far out are we? And I saw on the map there was like Area 51 was right on the other side of the fucking mountain that we were at. I was like, holy shit! I was like, oh my god. And so we stopped at Rachel, Nevada, at the Little Alien, and we got some French fries, and we're talking to the locals and shit. But the French fries that I had at the Little Alien in Rachel, Nevada, were the best French fries I've ever had. Like, they were the perfect crispy, but perfectly salted. Like, they were just, oh, it was so fucking good. So I definitely recommend going to the Little Alien in Rachel, Nevada, and getting yourself an order of French fries. Very fucking good. Plus, you can get an Area 51 shirt there. I have a hat. You've been playing Starfield with an open mind. Have about 40 hours in so far. 6 genuine. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Dude, I had, when I got the game early, I was like 2 weeks early. I had 1 crash when it was early. That's on PC, though. Like I said, I feel like it might be a little more stable on PC. Sorry that you're having those stability issues, but I do hope that you enjoy it. When I say they're out of this world, yes. Oh, you used to drive out there, dude. No, that little restaurant they have there at the Little Alien is fucking good, man. That's good shit. And what's really funny is like a lot of the people in that area just work at Area 51, so they always dude, they scared the shit out of my wife because I was like, dude, we have to drive up to the sign. I need to take a picture in front of the sign. We're never gonna be here again. Let me take a picture of the sign. And she was like, fine. Like she was gonna let me drive up, drive that few miles up that dirt road to get to the fucking Area 51 sign. I was gonna, throw a fucking hang 10 in front of it like an idiot and take a picture. And these fucking guys in the Little Alien is like, they actually blow fucking horns at you and point all their guns at you, and the fucking camo dudes come down and fucking harass you, and you could be arrested. I was like, that's not true. It's like, we're not talking about crossing the line. We're talking about that first sign that everybody goes to. And they scared my wife too much, so she didn't want to do it. And I was like, that's fine. I didn't make her feel bad about it because, I'm not going to make her drive up to something like Area 51 if she doesn't fucking want to, you know what I mean? But it sucks that they scared her so much because I really wanted a picture with the sign. But I knew what they were saying was bullshit, and I was like, oh, these guys just fucking work.
Hello, and welcome to the Brotherhood of Steel.
Like, they're just didn't want to deal with... Lincoln County doesn't want to deal with people driving up to Area 51 and crossing the fucking line, so the guys in the trucks have to stop you, fucking take you out of your car, fucking sit there and understand what the fuck you're even doing there. Lincoln County Sheriff has to come out and give you a ticket and or take you to jail. It's a big fucking pain in the ass for everybody involved, so I understand it, but I wouldn't have crossed the line. Like, I'm not dumb. I would have been like, hey, man, fucking... look at me in front of the sign, and then I would have fucking drove home. Drove back to Vegas at least. So, anyways.
That's great. Wait here a second, and let me see what you need to do. Well, I talked to the High Elder, and he said that not just anyone can join. He said you have to complete a quest first. You have to go to the ruins of the ancient order that's south of here. You've got to go inside and bring back something that proves that you were there. This place is high tech. There's things inside like you've never seen before.
I can't run more than 40 FPS on the
It's also
Pro.
radioactive.
Can't open the load tab from the main menu. Crashes. Ooh, dude, that's rough. I'm sorry you're going through that, robot. Dude, that sucks. The crash I get now, the only crash I get now, is when I'm closing the game. Like, if I exit the game, it saves my exit save and everything like that. But instead of closing the game, it crashes. And I have to, like, Alt-Tab over and, like, force quit it when that happens.
You'll do it.
But, like, I'm done with my play session at that point, so I'm not, like, worried about it. I mean, I might have had a crash beyond that. But, dude, I'm sorry that's happening. This is why I don't recommend... Like, I recommend Xbox and PC when it comes to the Bethesda games, because the creation engine and PlayStation have never gotten along. Never gotten along. Anyways, one thing I wanted to point out, and I point it out every once in a while, if you notice that the ground is like a tinge of pink, has a tint of like pink and red to it. Oh, it just got a little brighter. You see that? This is, what time is it in the game? So this is sunrise happening right now in the game, and it's a little something that I don't think a lot of people notice about the day and night cycle is the color scheme on the screen will change for sunrise and sunset, where you'll get hues of pink and such for sunrises and like red and whatever for sunsets. And it's such a small detail that like the lighting changes for that it's always been one of my favorite little details about the classic Fallout games, because I feel like so many people won't even notice it, you know what I mean? But they still added it and kept that as a system in the game. So right now we're seeing the sunrise, which is why this looks pink. Like if I go out and I just move a little bit, see how that's like not pink anymore? Like it still looks, you know, like the desert area, but you're not getting that tinge of pink on it anymore, and that's because the sun's all the way up now. I always thought that was really neat. Like a little feature that they didn't have to fucking keep into the game, because I just feel like so many people are not going to notice that. I brought it up to Tim Kaine, and he was like, well, I'm colorblind, so I didn't even fucking notice that. Thank you for telling me. I was like, okay. That guy's a fucking love him, man. He is he is the king. Alright, let's we'll go until noon. Oh, it gets dark earlier in the winter? Really? I did not know that. That's very interesting. Can't use Creation Club. Dude, that's how you get it fixed. That's how you get it fixed. Complain to Bethesda that you can't buy creations. And then Bethesda will be like, oh shit, we better get this fixed right away. Be like, oh, Bethesda, I'm trying to buy a ton of creations from you, and I'm not able to because of these problems. Bethesda will be like, fuck, we'll issue a patch right away. It's like how people used to get YouTube's attention by saying, hey, I'm trying to pay for YouTube Premium or something like that. And they're like, oh, what's going on? And be like, actually, this is happening. Nah, Armin, you know, like I said, I like Starfield, but I've never said that it didn't deserve the criticism that people gave it. I understand why people don't like it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Like, I enjoy it for what I enjoy it for the fun that I find in it. Hey, Fichu, it's good to see you. I understand that this is an ongoing series, but this is the first time you've seen the name. Am I silly, sir? No, just somebody said something similar to the name of this stream, and I told them that the next time I played through the classic Fallout games, that I would name the stream something like that. I've never played Fallout and Fallout 2 on a mobile emulator. I've seen people play them, but I've not experienced it myself. I know that they run very good on Steam Deck. It plays really cool on Steam Deck, but I've never played it on the phone. So the coolest area in Fallout 4, Glowing Sea, is fucking very good, very good. If we're counting DLC, I like Nuka World a lot. If we're just talking about the vanilla map, Jamaica Plains is cool. I like the kind of semi-flooded, swampy environment of it. Salem with the Museum of Witchcraft and like that area. Like I like the land around that area too. But the Glowing Sea, I mean, like, of course, that's way up there. The Glowing Sea is fucking phenomenal. I forget if we use the tool for anything. I'm going to keep one just in case. I never use drugs in this. Okay, we're already above. I need the rope. So that's like part of the reason we fucking came here. Okay. Okay. More. I was gonna set it way over. Okay. Do that. That. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, dude, we're very close. Yeah, we'll do that. Love it. I would also love a Fallout New Orleans. The area is bustling with cold. Yeah, dude. Fuck, yes. Yeah, no, there is that Star Wars one floating around for sure. I haven't tried it myself, but everybody, like, obviously a lot of fucking hard work and dedication was put into it. I've heard great things about it. In some aspects, I've heard there's... I don't want to misquote, but I've heard that... I feel like I heard something about AI usage. Anyways, I saw some things I didn't like, saw some things that I liked, but I haven't played it myself, so I reserve judgment. Yeah, dude, you know what's really cool, Killer, is going into the settings and like raising your carry weight, so you can have just like a monster fucking carry weight in Starfield, just pick up fucking everything. It's awesome. Dude, I want that Star Wars pod racer game. Dude, it looks fucking great. I want that. I'm not even a big fan of Star Wars. It just looks really fucking fun. Okay, so we got a bunch of shit here. That dropped our carry weight fucking big time. We're doing good in the hood now. Let's give him these. Seeing if he had anything I'd want. No, here we go. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning of the stream, Fender. Total conversion mods, like Nevada. And I've played Resurrection on stream before. I've never played Sonora and I've never played Nevada, but I've heard there's English translations of both. At least I think Nevada started as not English. But yeah, it's something that I'm planning on doing. How is AI different than Photoshop? I'm not an artist, so you'd be talking to them, but you have to use your own brain and piece together something in Photoshop versus ordering. I saw a comic that really explained it, where somebody was like at a restaurant, and the comic was titled AI Design Logic, and it's this little stick figure or whatever at a restaurant. And the waiter comes up and says, you know, what will you have? And they said, oh, I'll have a pepperoni pizza. Okay. Brings in the pepperoni pizza. And then the guy looks at it and says, look what I made. And I can understand that. I'm not completely against AI. I'm against a lot of the bullshit that it causes, like spikes in fucking energy usage and carbon stuff and the fucking water usage and like stuff like that. I'm definitely against that. I'm against it taking other people's work and repurposing it into other things. But I think it could be a tool that could help creatives if used in that way. But the problem is most people get an inch and take a mile, where it's like, this could help me with creating something. I'll have it do the whole process. I'll have it write my script and do my voice and do all this other stuff. And people want more a more human touch than that. And that's up to the audience and the consumer. You know, if the audience, like let's say, you know, my YouTube channel, like if the audience was like, we want this human touch, and I was giving them fucking AI stuff, they're not going to like that. They're not only going to be able to tell it's AI, but they're going to think it's not genuine, and it's creatively void and things of that nature. And I think a lot more people in the future are going to be looking for the human touch on things, because they AI isn't perfect, and obviously it's getting better all the time, but I don't know. Anyway, there was an AI run channel for a while, but that failed. Well, there's plenty of AI channels out there. There's plenty of AI channels out there. Yeah, Pixie, it's wild. It's wild. Okay, we'll give Ian more ammo like he needs it. Okay. I think we read all those books. Okay. Maltese Falcon, here we come. Yeah, I do think that if you use it in education, you're like, I feel like you're not going to learn as much, but I don't think this is an apt comparison. So before I say this, know that I'm not comparing it as a whole to this, but I can see similarities. When I was in school, the teacher would frequently tell us, you have to learn these math equations because you're not always going to have a calculator in your pocket. But it turns out we do always have a calculator in our pocket now, but fucking smartphones and cell phones barely were even a thing. Actually, we had flip phones in fucking high school, and they had a calculator on them, so no. But now, not only do you have a calculator in your pocket at all times, you have the answer to every question that you've ever wondered in your pocket at all times. Whether it be Google, or you're using some kind of AI thing like ChatGPT or Grok or something like that, where you're asking it questions. You have the answer to every question you could want to know in your pocket right now. Now, AI isn't always right, but, you know, people Googled things in the past to fucking learn about them too, so... Like, I remember one time I thought the creator of Homestar Runner died. I was in a GameStop, and I was like, oh yeah, I heard that he died of, like, cancer or something like that. And this hipster chick pulled out her phone immediately. This was the first experience I had ever had with this. This hipster chick pulled out her phone and immediately Googled, like, is he alive? He was like, no, he's alive right here. And I was like, dude, it never even thought in my head, like, oh, we're just carrying these at all times. Now, of course, yes, Bench, asking it the meaning of life, you know, I'm not talking about those types of philosophical questions. Those vary from person to person, depending on what you're doing, you know what I mean? But something, is this person alive? What song is this? How many McDonald's are in my area? Where's the nearest library? You know, like all of these things, you instantly, like, you know, you have instant answers in your pocket at all times. Oh, Maddie said that it'd be cool if they remastered Fallout 1. After I talked to T-Ray, I think that there should be remasters. Because before I was like, dude, these games should be experienced this way. But then T-Ray straight told me, a remaster isn't for you, Mantis. It isn't for you. It isn't for Todd Howard, because I talked about how Todd Howard didn't like it either. And he said it's for the people who can't get into it, who can't play these, who have lost interest in them because of their UIs or the way it's all controlled, the archaicness of it. And that really opened my eyes to shit. It's like, he's right. I may enjoy a remaster of the first two games, but they wouldn't be for me. I already love these games. They're for the people who haven't played them, who need it to be upgraded. So after that, I agree that there should be one. What happened, Patty? You asked what's the meaning of life, and it said 42? Sounds like some fucking Kojima shit. What's the meaning of life? To love and find love, to exist and coexist, to find purpose within yourself, not what others deem as purposeful. The meaning of life is to enjoy. It's to feel bad. It's to feel good, sad, happy, depressed, ecstatic. The meaning of life is to focus your consciousness on what it is to be conscious. If that makes any sense. That's the way I look at life. That's like literally how I look at it. It's about feeling. It's about knowing. It's about learning, understanding. And yeah, I agree with Robot too. It's going to change between each person. But I feel like experiencing the human condition is the meaning of life. And that doesn't mean that animals don't have any meanings or anything like that. Theirs is going to be different. But I think as a human, experiencing the human condition is the meaning of life. And those who are robbed of it, I feel bad. So, let's talk to Keith David about it.
So, you're looking for a job. How fortunate. I have one that needs doing. Ah, but where are my manners? What's your name? Well, the pleasantries are now concluded. Do you wish to hear about the job? Background. There's a certain merchant who's, how to phrase this, not cooperating fully with the underground. Quite simple. Hunt down the merchant and his wife, and exterminate them. It's standard pay. 500 caps to start. Another 2,500 when the job is done.
A veritable fucking fortune in the wasteland.
Very nice. The merchant lives in the Heights, on Barter Street and Thunder Avenue. Your initial pay will be handed to you on your way out.
Armin, this is Keith David. I'll have you know that he's the president of the United States in Rick and Morty, all right? He has battled Rick Sanchez, so fucking let's show some respect, guys. I forget what other roles Keith David has done, but he's a very respected voice. Everybody fucking loves that guy. He just got a walk on the star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood. Would it kill its spirit? But again, Jaquinta, like Trammell said, it's not for us. Oh yeah, the Arbiter. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, the Arbiter. How could I forget? Fucking, oh my god. Anyways, it wouldn't be for us, Jaquinta. Like I said, we could find enjoyment in it, but it wouldn't be for us that already enjoy this and think this is how it should be played. It'd be, and would it kill? I mean, maybe it would kill this. I don't know. Maybe it would. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't know until I played with it. But honestly, I've always liked the idea of Fallout and Fallout 2 being remade in the style of Wasteland 3, like just the way that controls and looks. Or God forbid, Baldur's Gate 3 through Larian. That would be terrific. That's the end of that chapter. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, the fan remakes of the first two Fallouts look fucking awesome. Yeah, in the style of Doom, the Fallout Bakersfield, that shit looks fantastic. And I have a playable version of it on my computer, not nearly as complete as what we've seen in the things. This is like very rudimentary back when they first had the idea, but it plays well too. Like it feels nice. That beefy gun sound is the 14mm. It's very loud. This is a new playthrough. Yes, yes, yes. What happened to that run? We started over. There was just some weird shit being said, not only in the chat but in some other avenues that made me kind of shut down the stream, and just like I had to go address them in the real world. Just some weird threats being thrown out there, but people just be wild these days. You know how it goes. So we started a new run. All good. I ain't gonna complain about playing more of the first Fallout. I can tell you that much. Yeah, The Thing, dude. The Thing's such a good movie. I haven't seen it since did you miss the stream? Oh, well, all that happened was I abruptly ended the stream and said, hey guys, I need to go, and left. It's fine. Not something I really want to get into because I feel like it kind of derails the whole situation. And anyways, it just people were being fucking weird in the chat, and I wasn't in the mood for it. You know what I mean? So I fucked off. Oh, no. You're good, Bench. I was just letting you know that's what was up with that. You did nothing wrong, Bench, by inquiring about it. Is there a way to complete all of the family's quest lines? I remember somebody talking about that, actually. Like doing work for, like, completing everybody's quest line in New Reno for, like, all the families. I've never done it myself, but I bet you there is a way to, like, kind of trick your way through the system with it. Where it's like if you don't do enough of this quest, and then you go and do some other quests and then come back. Like, yeah. There might be. Again, like I said, I've never done it myself, but it's something that would make sense that you'd be able to glitch through or something like that. Should have used Fallout 1 and 2 for the UI improvements from Fallout 2. Yeah, okay, so that was okay, Fender. That was actually one of the mods that people had suggested me the most. And when I tried to install it, it didn't click right. It wouldn't run. I tried to look up some troubleshooting for it, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I wish that I could have done the Fallout 1 and 2 or whatever mod. I've seen it. People recommend it, but for whatever reason, it just wasn't working for me. Yeah, redoing playthroughs. Yeah, dude. Having games done too many playthroughs is... dude, see, I haven't played through all of Mass Effect. And I need to. Badly. I played like a few hours of Mass Effect. And that's not enough. I could look right now to see how much time I have in Mass Effect. 1 second. I have the... I don't know if you'd call it the remastered or whatever. Here, 1 second. Let me look at this real quick because I've been monitoring that. Okay. Legendary Edition. Okay, so for the first ones, 0 playtime. 115 minutes I've played of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And I feel like that's not enough time in the Mass Effect series. So maybe that's a stream that we should get going at some point, you know? I do need to finish Cyberpunk. Yeah, we need to do Cyberpunk. 24-hour stream goal, Mass Effect Series 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, maybe. I know that we're doing the 12-hour stream this weekend. You can't mess with my youngest, my puppy, always wants to mess with the oldest dog. He's very old, and she's doing it right now. He's like 14 and a Pomeranian and doesn't want to deal with any of this bullshit. And then she does this at him. So I'm trying to get her to knock it off. He's moving. So we'll see how that works. But he doesn't like it. And so sorry if I'm distracted by that. Yeah, so I went up and found her and like called the police and like talked to the cops, and they said, well, she's not doing anything wrong, you know, we can't really do anything. I'm like, yeah, that's fair, you know, I just wanted to make sure she was okay. But as far as I know, her shit is still next to my neighbor's house, and she never came back for it, so I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Like, it was very weird. I hope she's okay. Like, I hope there's not something seriously wrong. Yeah, Chasey, that's one of my wife's favorite type of dogs. Man, I just love all dogs, man. I love all animals. Yeah, it is weird, and especially because like I live in a suburb, like it's a pretty quiet suburb. We don't have a lot of like, you know, addicts roaming the street or anything like that. She did seem a little off. I don't know if she was drunk or on drugs. She didn't look tweaked, you know, like on meth and stuff. We out here in Eastern Washington, we do have a larger problem with methamphetamines, unfortunately. It was just maybe she was on fent. I don't know, boys. It was weird. I just hope she's okay. I really hope that you know, it's really hot out there. It's really muggy out there. I hope she stays hydrated and finds a place to be. And it seems like all of the stuff that she owned, she left on the side of the fucking road. You know, like I don't know, man. I worry about people like sometimes. Like, I know I don't know her, but...
Good day again, my friend.
What's the meth capital of the U.S. right now?
Are you interested?
Is it not Spokane? Because I live in Spokane, and it's always been the fucking... It's always been the meth capital.
Excellent. As you may know, the children of the cathedral have been gaining influence in this town. And frankly, I won't stand for it. A small matter. Kill the High Priestess Jane.
I have tried the Fallout Fixed mod. Yeah, that does work, Fender. That does.
This little nuisance will be ended. Interested? I believe I'm beginning to like you. The pay is 1,000 up front. Talk to Kate.
Typically, I do these vanilla because a lot of people who haven't played the games watch my streams. And so I try to show them stuff that they, you know, like they'd get if they played the game. But Fallout Fixed is incredible. I like that they re-added the Super Mutant stuff, and I think Fallout Fixed also does like the take all button. It's a couple of improvements from Fallout 2. When they get hyperthermic. Oh yeah, that's true too. But I mean, we're talking about, it's like super hot out here. Would you get hypothermia? And oh, you said hyperthermic. I don't know if hypothermic and hyperthermic are the same thing. Oh, does Fixed add the armor sprites? Shit, we're gonna have to install Fixed for the next run. I love the armor sprites. That's like part of the reason I like the kill out patch so much. Oh, hyperthermia is too hot. Hypothermia is too cold. Is that true? Okay, see, I did not know that. You guys just taught me something today. I did not know that. Shit. Thank you for the explanation. I literally didn't... Never even crossed my mind that there would be different ones. Makes sense. Well, that's why when they say I'm in stage 2 hypertension, it's because my blood pressure is high. I get it. I see. The AC set to 65. Goodness sakes. I have mine set to a comfortable like 70, like between 70 and 72. And it's been doing
Why
its job.
do you disturb an elder of the cathedral? Continue to mock me, and I will have you thrown out. You will pay for those heretical words.
Sometimes you get too scared to play Fallout? Why is that? I really should have shot at her guard first, because he's the one that's packing the fucking power. Oh, nice, Ian. Ian with the burst. Coming in hot. Oh, shit. This is why I should have shot him first. There we go. There we go. Oh man, what the fuck you shooting me for? No, we haven't done the 223 pistol quest yet. I have a 14 mil that I could probably give to Ian, but I'll likely just end up trading it for my sniper rifle. In theory, like it would be a part of the trade for the sniper rifle. Okay, if everybody's cool out there, I was gonna say we don't have to fucking kill anymore. Yeah, we'll have plenty for the old snipey. Okay, fine, buddy. You guys saw I tried not to fucking take it out on him. Fallout 3 and a rad scorpion came charging at you over the hill. You threw your controller in fear. Oh my goodness. Well, that's all right, man. They ain't gonna get you. Are there actual Deathclaws in Vegas? Do you guys have those? Oh, okay. So Deathclaws are FEV variants. They were made before the war. So, like, technically, I'm trying to think. Like, a Deathclaw is just a Jackson's chameleon. Are Jackson's chameleons native to Nevada and Vegas? I don't think so, but I bet you they would like living there. Let me see. Like living in the Mojave. Let me see here. Probably buy them as pets. But they took Jackson's chameleons and then they injected those with FEV to help fight the resource wars. And we see that in the show too. We see Cooper running into one while he's in Anchorage fighting. So they have there are a ton of Jackson's chameleons for sale in the Vegas area. I wonder if like location, maybe like I'm trying to think of like, let's see. They're native to the highland and mountainous forests of East Africa, primarily in Kenya and Tanzania. Due to the exotic pet trade, they have also been introduced and established feral populations in several non-native locations, including Hawaii, California, and Florida. So in the California area, there would be like wild Jackson's chameleons, which in turn, I mean, the Deathclaws aren't going to mutate on their own. They would have to have the FEV exposure to become Deathclaws. And that's the end of that chapter. But yeah. But I mean, you'd still find, you know, their ancestors. You'd still find their ancestors running around. Texted my wife real quick. Okay. Take these. That. Oh, fuck you. I can't pick that up. What do you mean? Fuck. One second, guys. My dog's being a dick. One sec. Alright, sorry about that. Okay. We'll get more of these. Okay. As my companions trap me in here. The 1 trillion hours of fact videos? I don't think YouTube would enjoy that. I don't think my computer could render that. But I have an hour of classic Fallout lore coming up here soon. I've voiced about half the script of it already, which is pretty good. Yeah, there's Gator Claws in Fallout 4 and Nuka World.
I'm very proud of you. You're ruthless, an attribute I admire. Kane will give you your payment. I hope you're available in the future. Under the circumstances. Yes. The merchant market is in the center of town, surrounded by a number of establishments.
Dope, Bench. Thank you for checking it out.
And Old Town to the east. You're in the Maltese Falcon. There's also the all-in-one store, the armory, the friendly lending company, the police, and unfortunately, the children of the Cathedral Hospital. They encroach. Let's leave it at that, shall we? Under the circumstances. Yeah.
And that's the end of that chapter. Alright. So we're sitting at 13K already. Capitalized. We're going to get... Made it like an hour in. Well, and those have been released before. Like, if you've watched my useless Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, and 76 videos for the useless lore on those. It's just a compilation of those, but I appreciate you guys checking them out. What did he just call the Maltese Falcon? Oh, that's the name of this bar. See. This is a neon sign for the Maltese Falcon, which is named after whatever you're thinking. I forget the exact reference right now. I mean, it's obviously named after the Maltese Falcon, but...
What do you want?
Here's Ron Perlman.
Time is money, chit-chat is not money. You hear about the job or what? Well, some caravans have been disappearing on us lately. Damn if anyone can figure out what happened to them. Simple. Find out who's doing it and tell me. Or take them out. Makes no damn difference to me. Just get that job done. Well, there's, something, but I never listened to those rumors. You really want to hear it, huh? Well, some say it's the Death Claw. But I don't know nothing about that. How do you... Go talk to Beth. She knows more about that crap. Done and done. Now get on out of here. But come back and talk to me when you found something.
You got it. Hey, yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Okay, robot. That's why me and you get along, man. Because I also think it's important to know what the heaviest object is or the most expensive miscellaneous object is. You know what I mean? Man, it'd be dope if they brought Danny Trejo in for a cameo on the show. I think he'd love it. He's always talking positively about Fallout. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. I think I passed it. Okay, yeah, see, we're already almost there. Let's do this. I'll take all of his caps. And his stimmies. Alright, let's see. We're almost there. I added that because I don't really do the Thieves Guild quest. Okay, so just give me 4 here. So we need another 147. Well, looks good to me. Okay. So now we have the sniper, which fucks. Hey, have a good one, non-social. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Stag, Stag, we're fucking playing it. And Colin, good to see you. Alright, so now we know a little bit more about the Deathclaw. And that means... Oh, shit! If for some reason that door's open and they're aggro to us... Oh, fuck. Oh, man, Okay, wait. I think we're still good. Yeah, we're still good. I wonder why... Okay. And I'll show you what we're gonna do. Blame Ian, he did it. Well, it looks like the door was open. Where those assholes hang out, and They took it upon themselves to be aggro. So what I think I'm going to do is get one step ahead of them. Oh my god, we're being attacked by a bunch of Ians. Shit. Well, my HP is not sexy right now either. Buffalo chicken wing dip. We'll enjoy that. Yeah, Moise, yeah, here we go killing again. That's what ends up happening, unfortunately. But that fight with the people that are holding that Brotherhood guy hostage is not just some fucking walk in the park. Oh yeah, shit. Was it already called the DKS-501? I don't know. Let's see. Yes. There's the description for it. For the Get 500 organic resources, look for industrialized farms. Oh yeah, there you go. Fuck yeah. See, you're fucking getting it already there. Dude, I never, like, I mean, I have before, but like in my playthroughs, like during this playthrough, like I'm not going to go down into the glow. Maybe we can come back like post-game. Post-main quest. Okay, so we're gonna get pretty close to it. Get our radiation resistance up to 100-ish. You know, as high as it'll go. It's at 100%. Finding the moon jumper rare. You got it on my 5th planet I landed on. Anyone know? Moon jumper. Is that like a new, like the new vehicle that they gave us to drive? Because the only thing I could think of in my head was, you found one? Because typically, don't you have to buy the vehicles? Mujin Toj. I don't know if I said that right, but that's a good one. Well, Robot, I'm going to say that yes, you are lucky just because I like the cut of your jib. You always support the channel to a crazy fucking amount. So I'm just going to say that you're a fucking Starfield genius and that you're probably the luckiest player of all time. I honestly don't know. I thought you had to buy all the vehicles. I didn't know that you could find them. Fallout Sonora has a DLC called Dig. I did not know that. Said very interested in doing a playthrough of Fallout Sonora. That yellow key that he had on, that's a reference to Doom. All of the glow is kind of like a reference to Doom in a way. But especially the key cards for the elevators. They're very much a reference to Doom. You get the red, yellow, and blue key cards. What is Fallout Sonora? Fallout Sonora is a conversion mod for Fallout 2 that has its own unique story and map and stuff like that. I've never played it myself, but a lot of people are very fond of it. Okay, so now... Hey, fair enough, Robot, fair enough. Fuck. Shot dog meat just took 11 fucking damage. I might take sharpshooter. Quick Pockets is also good. Yeah, dude, Deimos is fucking amazing. That's one of the best. Dude, he's just a fucking fan artist, too. Chris Avalon constantly says that they need to hire him. Dude, maybe he'll do some work for the new Obsidian one. Who knows? I don't know. It'd be dope, though. He's very good. Dude, I might do sharpshooter. Like, no bullshit. You get... Okay. The talent of hitting things at longer distances. You get a +2 bonus for each level of this perk. To perception for the purposes of determining range modifiers. It's easier than ever to kill at long range. What do you think about that? Enamel pins. There was a company that I was working with that was doing some, but Bethesda shut them down because they like had Vault Boy and stuff on their stuff. My best guess would be New Orleans. Yeah, but +2 points of damage. Dude, I love BRD. Some people say BRD is a fucking waste, but like, I've always thought it was good. I think it's gonna be New Orleans, but Josh has shown interest in that. But yeah, the BROF is fucking really good too. But dude, I might take BRD, dude. I might take BRD. I'm taking BRD. It's over. It's over. And you know what? I'm probably gonna dump this into here, so we're real efficient with our weapon. Okay. Oh, let's see if these jokesters have any ammunition that I'd like. And they do. I'll be taking that. Take your Caparinis and your 223 ammo. Yeah, I'd love to see Seattle. I grew up in Seattle, so I'd love to see the Pacific Northwest as well. Spamming the number keys for gambling. I have done that before. Works real good in New Reno if you have really, like, if you have, like, perfect gambling and the highest luck, like, you're just going to win every time and you just smoke it, man. Real good shit. Just hold down 2. Oh, BRD's best for burst weapons? Well, fuck me. Oh, that wasn't Ian. Okay. Now we could, Jeez Louise. A lot of raider ambush parties going on here. One of my biggest fears is that for some reason, and I play this like on easy and wimpy, so I never feel embarrassed, boys. But the combat taunts are on and the language filter is off, but I always feel like they're not swearing as much or at all in battle like they used to. Have I ever tried to kill all the Brotherhood? No, I don't think I have, actually. Bakersfield's in the wrong spot on the map. It's right there. Oh my god, we keep getting these fucking counters, man. Oh, let me make sure, because I like to have record of the holotapes that I come across. Oh, okay, we already did that. Okay.
Hey, you're back. Did you get something? Great. But the High Elder said you have to give it to me before I can let you in. Sorry. This is great. Hang on while I open the door.
Senior Ozo, pretty much. Hopefully our karma or fucking whatever is high enough for Vree to not tell us to fuck off. She did that on one playthrough and I was so confused.
Greetings. It's a fine day for learning. Can I help you?
And it looks like we're good.
What can I help you with? Between the nuclear and biogenic weapons used in the war, it's surprising we don't have more mutations. However, if we can hold out, everything will be okay. All the mutants I've studied have been sterile. They can't breed with another creature. If we could clean up the mutation sources, we should be able to simply outlive the mutants. Here, take this holodisk. It's got copies of my autopsies on mutant corpses. It clearly shows that no mutant could possibly reproduce successfully.
All right. I want to show that little guy to the master, and he'll be stoked to find this out, so he doesn't have to waste his time anymore. No, I have not heard Weird Al's Christmas at Ground Zero. No, I have not. I'm a big Weird Al fan, though. But I have not heard that one. Yeah, I do like Dead Money. Absolutely. I think it's it can be a bit difficult, but the story and the environment, the setting, all of that, the characters, it feels so very Fallout at its core that yeah, man. I definitely said I was a Weird Al fan. Love Weird Al. Yeah, Goodwill Justice. Yeah, see, I'm trying to help. You get it, Delicath. You fucking get it. Okay. Wait, I was gonna... Alright, perfect. We need to raise our fucking outdoorsman. This is wild. fuck? Yeah, I saw that, Nomad. I don't know, man. I kind of think Tom Segura's a dickhead, so... I'm not a big fan of him or Bert Kreischer, actually. So... I mean, I don't... Sorry to hear that your favorite podcast might be getting misjumbled, but that's just my take on them. Hey, Wes. Well, welcome to the stream, anyway. How much longer am I going to be streaming? We're going to play through the rest of this, so probably at least another 30 minutes. I mean, we don't have much to go. I'm about to just go into the ending bits of it now. But, we're going to show these dickheads who's boss. The hell there's... Oh, this dude. This fucking junkie ran in there and opened that door. He's changed over the years. Yeah, man, I don't know. Just like I feel like he's said some shit that I really just don't vibe with, and a lot of it has to do with like money and you know what I mean. Like I don't know, but like Bert, and I realize that Bert's not really a part of this conversation, but I find Bert to be unpleasant and not funny, and so since the two of them are always so associated, like it rubs off a bit on Tom Segura. But, you know, he makes a ton of fucking money doing what he's doing for a reason, so clearly there's people out there that think differently than me. Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I supported Yesterday on Patreon for years. Yesterday is a cool project. I keep getting knocked down. That's what that is. Okay. Yo, OG, thank you for the big raid with a party of 4 there over on Twitch. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you very much. I don't know how I missed, but okay. What would be my recommended way for experiencing Fallout 1? I would do it vanilla, 100% first. Do it vanilla first, and then you can appreciate what the mod's adding. If you're having a hard time actually playing it, get the Fulci character editor, the Fallout character editor, and max all your fucking stats out. Just make a save game right out of Vault 13, go into the character editor, put all your special at 10, put all your skills at, you know, 300%, whatever the max is, and learn how to play the game that way. And then once you're comfortable with actually playing the game, you can, you know, go into it without cheating. When I was a kid, that's how I played it all the time. Like for the first like year I played these games back in the 90s, I played them with those types of with the editor on like that. But it got me used to navigating the game using the UI, seeing how the game works. And then it's just like talk to everybody you see, understand that there's real consequences to the things that you're doing most of the time. So if you piss somebody off, tell them to fuck off or something, you might actually like close out some quests, some side quests and stuff like that. Yeah, yo, I love Joey Diaz, Bench. Absolutely. Anyways, So, I mean, that would be my advice for like a very first timer who's having a hard time getting into it. I don't think there's anything wrong with using the character editor, looking up like a game facts or the Nearly Ultimate Fallout guide, and like seeing where you should go for quests, who you should talk to for quests, because then you won't feel as lost in the game world. You can kind of get the feel of everything and then go back in without that. I'm trying to not shoot Ian. Okay, so is that it? Beautiful. Yeah, that's a rather tough fight. But, I think one of them has the yeah, I was gonna say the combat shotgun, and we can give that to Tycho here. That's not what I meant to do. Thank you. There you go, bud. I like that. Okay. Oh, it's locked too. It's fucking my bad. Alright. Think if we're cool enough, we can get the power armor now. I think it's a karma check. You can fix some yourself, but you can just get a set given to you if you... I think it's a karma check. I like Big J too. I like Big J. I'm just not big on Tom Segura. I think he's a prick. I think he talks about people in a really disgusting way. Just because he found success and fame in life, he should be like more grateful for that and less judging of others. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking preach about it all the time. I don't know the guy personally. He just said some shit that didn't vibe with me, and I think Bert is like, I don't know, man. I just not a fan. Not a fan of those fucking guys. Bert isn't as elitist and shitty as Tom Segura, but he's like, I don't know. Like, again, like, I'm not trying to sit here and fucking dog people that I don't even know. You know what I mean? This is just the vibe I've gotten from their public personas. I don't know them personally at all. Yeah, his rant on the ports. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if other people want to enjoy his comedy and whatever, by all means. I liked Dane Cook when he started out. You know what I mean? Like not everything is cut and dry. Like whoever you want. Like I liked Louis C.K.'s comedy. I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle. Some people don't like him. You know, like I get it. So it's like I'm not gonna please who you fucking enjoy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think it's the Winchester City Killer in Fallout 1. Yes, I do think that. Dane Cook looks like a wax sculpture now. Yeah, well, you know that happens to the best of us. So. Change my money and fame. Thomas Way. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Bert is more pure of heart. He's just fucking annoying, and Tom Segura is like actually an elitist prick. Like those are my opinions from their public personas. Okay, and just like how people have opinions of me from my public persona. Some people don't fucking like me and probably have skewed ideas of who I am. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is fucking gospel or fact or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just the vibe I've gotten from them. Oh, they didn't let me get the power armor, man. Fuck you. That's fine. We don't need it anyway. Oh yeah. I saw in the installation notes when I was trying to install Fallout 1 and 2, the motorcycle thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, let's go to Necropolis and just get this shit out of the way. Oh, my repair skill though. They give me repair books. Yeah, I did release the prisoner, 100%. We rescued his ass. I think it's a karma check. And since I did that work for Decker, I feel like it fucks my karma up a little bit. Oh, sorry, Ian. I've played maybe 10 minutes of Project Zomboid. Let's see. That's another game. Like, and I saw that there's Fallout mods and stuff. Maybe we should really get in on that someday too. Let me see how much playtime I have of it. It doesn't even show that I have playtime of it. So that's how little I've played it. Which needs to change, boys. Oh shit. Right shy of the grid there. Okay. Yeah, because what's our repair at right now? 52. That's not as bad as I thought it was. But I still think we want it to be a little higher. They give us Dean's electronic books. You don't know who Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura are? No, man. I don't think it's bad at all. You're just not plugged into the same entertainment loop as some of the other of us are. I know them because I used to watch Joe Rogan like a lot. Like I was a big fan of his comedy, and then when he started his podcast back when it was like Red Band and fucking Ari and Eddie Bravo and Duncan, like way back in the OG days, like I thought it was very funny to listen to. They were always like very entertaining. It's hit and miss now. Like I don't just hate fucking Joe Rogan like a lot of other people seem to. I think he has had great interviews with people. I think he's had shit interviews with people. But overall, it is entertaining to have on in the background sometimes. But because of him, I've learned about Bert and Tom. I'm pretty sure that's how I learned about this. How I learned about Theo Von, which I'm a fan of Theo. I think Theo, I feel like Theo's a genuine soul. You know what I mean? But there's also some shit about Theo that people are always posting around, like elite oligarch status and shit like that of his family. So I don't know about any of that shit. I'm just judging him off of his fucking comedy and
hey,
the way he chills with people.
You not look like Ghoul. How come? Ooh, that was snazzy like, huh? Lou tell me watch place, not let no one in. Not normals most. Take normals to the loo. Hey. Ooh, Harry confused. You not ghoul, you not normal. What you? No.
Harry, no,
Oh,
you
shit.
not. Not like you.
Alright. Let's fucking go then. Oh, shit. Oh, I'll show me. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's try this again.
Hey, you not look like ghoul. Ooh, that Lou tell me watch.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we passed this time. Oh shit, you know what? I'm not even fucking doing this right. Yeah, Ian does canonically die here. He gets it's in my newest lore video, or at least I talk about it in my newest lore video, where Harry, that ghoul right there, gets some, or one of the ghouls. Maybe it's not him, but one of the ghouls, one of the mutants, the super mutants, gets him with a fucking flamethrower canonically. A flamer, rather, is what they're called in the Fallout world. Is that it up there? Yes, okay. And Dogmeat canonically dies at Mariposa Military Base. He gets cut in half by one of the laser doors, laser barriers. Oh my god. Oh, I see. Well, thanks for the... What would that even be called? Not confirmation, but... thanks for the info there. Criminal. And Skill Chill just came in with fucking crazy fucking membership gifts here. So Joshua Pickard, Ouch My Brains, Thomas Knowles, Reese Garton, Lord of the Caves, Moonboy, Kai's, Zero Cool, Bobby McBee, and Jason Retiff. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, I'm trying to say it right. Anyways, welcome to A Tribe Called Mantis. You can thank Skill Chill for gifting those out to you. Thank you so much, Skill. That was very generous of you. And I appreciate it greatly, dude. And we had dipped below 100 members, so that'll push us back over, and I really appreciate that. I'm noticing that all of those are just right in the fucking way because of how we used to have it, so I'm just going to slide them over to there. So they're not directly in the way, but we can still see them on the screen. Thank you so much, Skill. That was way fucking too nice. You're too nice to me, Skill Chill. That Katya is mentioned in Canon Larry talking about like the follower, right? Isn't she a follower? I know that it's weird that not more is talked about with Talia's. One of the first to leave Vault 13 for the Waterchip situation, and then I feel like we should go back down. Let's see if we can do this. First to leave Vault 13 for the Waterchip situation gets injected with FEV. I think here in Necropolis, or whatever, and then ends up at the followers. No, this is completely vanilla, Francisco. This is the Steam version. I am gonna drop this though. This is the Steam version of the first Fallout here. Alright, let's try it like this, because I just feel like it's easier to do this way. Yeah, I figured I'd have some difficulty making these fucking parts work. The great thing about the first Fallout games is if you're having difficulty making something work, just keep fucking trying it. Oh. Or don't just keep fucking trying it, because I destroyed the part in my hand. Okay. No, I didn't return to the... I thought maybe I could fucking outroll the possibilities there, Fender, and I did not return down to get better at repair, and then I broke the fucking part. Yeah, have a good one, Bench. Yeah, I did critically miss. You critically missed, broke your dick, and destroyed the part that was in your hands. Hell of a way to go. Just making sure. Yeah, so what did that do for us? Repair, we were at 52. Okay, so that boasted it a 14% boost there. Fender, no, actually, I'm not sure off the top of my head. You're into some deep-ass Fallout lore. I like that. I like that. It's good that it still matters to people out there. You know what I mean? These stories are good, and they should be remembered. I don't even remember really what the Battle of Adidam is. Yeah, if we were jinxed, we could critically miss 50, like 50% of the time. Trying to think of what to boost here for what I need for the rest of the game. Oh, nice, HUD. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll do that, dude. Fuck it. I don't know if that ghoul wants me to return to him or not before I go down and get the water chip, because it seems like the glowing ones are always fucking hostile. All right, let's do. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, the way I look at it with the, you know what? They haven't been hostile here at the beginning. Oh, there we go. But we do have permission, bitch. The thing with the trio of vaults there, like, the way I suspended my disbelief about it was that the master isn't infallible. You know what I mean? Like, just, and I realized that the vaults are so close and whatever. But just like in my head, it's just like for some reason he didn't fucking find him. Like that's it. It would be better in my opinion if this show explained how the master missed those. But we all know that they just didn't even think about that, unfortunately. Yeah, I do a lot of mental gymnastics when it comes to the Fallout show. I forget if there's even anything in here. No. I mean, besides the water chip I'm in this room. Okay, so we got the water chip. Hey, Dale, good to see you, man. Oh, the glowing ones work for set. Oh, okay, now that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, they have a bigger problem with humans, too, than some of the other ghouls do. No, actually, it's the opposite. The glowing ones were the only ones that were outright opposed to set's bullshit. So maybe they're just, like, hostile to anybody who shows up in the vault. But if I remember correctly, the glowing ones outright refused set's nonsense the whole time. Like, set reigned for, what, 74 years or some shit like that? Like, over 70 years of Set being in control of Necropolis. And then, like, when the mutants show up, they kind of usurp him from that, even though he's still, like, leading like a thing. And then, I'm pretty sure that entire time, the glowing ones were the only ones out of all of the ghouls. Because, like, you have the ones living underground, but they're still being helped by Set. They're getting water and things of that nature from Set, and they kind of live in fear of him. The glowing ones just outright fucking denied his bullshit, if I remember correctly. Again, I could be wrong, but for Set, that's what I remember. Alright, so we got the water chip. Back to 13. Do you have any thoughts on how New Orleans might be a departure from the classic charm? No, I think it could fit right in with the way the classics feel. I understand you're talking about like a desert setting and stuff like that, but I feel outside of, like, the further away you get from the coastline in Louisiana, the more like a more traditional wasteland it would be. The things I wouldn't like about it would be a constant mix of flooding, having to deal with the water and stuff like that. But I think the culture and vibe of that whole area would really fit into the Fallout series. Of course, I'd also like to see the Pacific Northwest, but that's me being biased because I grew up there. Oh, shit.
Have you found the chip? Okie dokie. One moment. The chip is initializing. There it goes. Self-test is green. Reboot is good. Ha! It's working! And it looks like we have a winner! Oh, you've You've saved us. You've done it. You saved the vault. You should be proud.
Yeah, some people use Tandy as a
Now
bonus
we
companion.
Need your report.
They just keep from keep her
We'll
with
get it
them and
from
never
you
go
in the
back to Shady
library.
Sands.
Please, go there now.
She's not very durable though. The fastest I've beaten Fallout is 7 minutes. It's on speedruns. Like, I have a run on speedruns.com, which is nowhere close to the fastest. I think the fastest is like sub 5 minutes, like 4:55 or some weird shit like that. But if you do the bad ending, yeah, I mean, you can do the bad ending almost immediately. Like, I don't think this was the bad ending. This was like going through and actually getting the real ending. It was like 7 minutes. But if you just run to Mariposa, if you just run straight west, as soon as you get out of Vault 13 at the beginning of the game and you happen to make it to Mariposa, get sent to Lou, boom bang, just agree and tell him where the vault is, bad ending. You can do that in fucking 2 minutes maybe.
I just wanted to let you know that the water supply is stabilized. Actually, we're rebuilding our reserves. You did great. I am a little concerned, however. I don't like your reports. What was in the reports, that is. In fact, they scared the heck out of me. It's those mutants. I've done some calculations and, well, I've come to an unpleasant conclusion. The mutant population is far greater than could be expected by natural growth or mutations. This leads me to believe in... I don't really understand it, but it looks like someone's generating new mutants, and at a startling rate. Exactly. And as you've probably guessed, none of these mutations could have occurred naturally, even with the radiation from the war. As long as someone is creating hostile mutants at this rate, the Vault's safety is at stake. Find and destroy this lab as soon as you can. You have no idea.
Yeah, we get it, dude. Steal the vault's weapons. We don't need them. We wouldn't even need them for the companions. Okay, so now it's time to do a little bit of farming. Because I kind of wait for dog meat to perish before I attempt all this other stuff. Because you can't just dismiss him, unfortunately, but I like doing everything else without companions. We can also hunt for special encounters, which occur more frequently out in the desert squares. Got his ass. Yeah, you can do all of it and then go back. I think if you get the chip and then go and deal with Mariposa and the Master, I think the game just cuts to like the ending. Like you don't have to go back to Vault 13, like physically. The ending just kicks off. Oh shit, Ian just died the same way that he died canonically. Rip. Well, I just accidentally shot dog meat. Ooh, damn, that does a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I don't want to drop them. I mean, that's good enough. Shit. Oh. F's in the chat for literally the entire team. Thank you, Delicate. Jay. Thank you for the Fs. Like I said, I like to do the rest without companions, but that just, it all happened so fast. Yeah, but we see the floaters in 76. So they've made a comeback. I've heard Juan Amigos are coming back in 76 too, if they haven't already. Damn, son. Their design is a little different, but they're still floaters. Oh my goodness. There we go. Fuck. Come on, man. What? Oh, shit. Get a good chunk of experience for that, though. Good night, Ian. All right. Does dog meat drop dog meat? Not in this one, no. I don't even know if you can loot him because he just doesn't have anything on him.
Oh, this is excellent. You know, I actually doubted my officers when they said they'd captured a prime normal. Yes, you do have a way with words, don't you? And words are what we want. Before. Oh, how commendable. Enough foolishness. Where is your vault? We shall see, won't we?
Alright, here we go, boys. I also do use a exploit or glitch or whatever in this place sometimes too, but might not have to with this robe on. Oh, my mistake. Alright, 300 seconds, baby. Oh, shit. Damn it. Taking extra damage when I don't have to. Oh, it crashed. Fuck, when's the last time I saved? This happens all the time here at Mariposa. A crash will happen. Good old Fallout. Luckily, I do quick save pretty often with these games, so I'll get you guys back to what we got going on here. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Did we already? Okay. Crash Oposa, yeah, pretty much. That's a wild title today, yeah. Thank you. Okay. I forget if they give us a hassle here. Because I have the robes on, I don't think so. Fuck. I goofed. Didn't pass the Riz check. Don't make me fucking spam combat, dude. Okay. Yeah, this time we didn't fuck around. I feel like that guy should have left by now too. Get the fuck out of here. But whatever. We'll see what happens. Some of these mutants just need to mind their own fucking business, I think is the problem. Alright, and we're out of here with 246 seconds on the clock. We are already at the grid. Get fucked. I'm with the cathedral. Let me by. See you later. 2:35 and I'm feeling jive. No Carbol, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that out. Should level up. Get a new perk like fucking sharpshooter. I don't think that's really gonna help me for the rest of the fucking game. Give me something cool. The Explorer perk. We have a greater chance of finding special encounters. It's kind of a waste of a perk, but I don't even give a fuck. Because the only thing we have left now is just telling the master that his plan is fucked, and then the game's over, so... See if we can find a couple of special encounters before that happens. Oh, mutants. He says human weapons cannot harm him. We'll find out. Oh, we missed? Fuck. Yeah, Carb, I'll have to check that out. Have a good one, John. And True Blue, yeah, you have a good one too. Oh, they're fucking trapping me. Human weapons cannot harm him. Which special encounter have you already gotten? None. We've gotten 0, so... It'd be great to get, like, the UFO and the fucking police box. You know, just the fun ones. Wow, give me my full health. It just crashed. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. 5 Guys on a high protein diet, do it. 5 Guys is fucking delicious. Fucking, unless your diet is not eating delicious things, then you might have a problem. But yeah, I mean, if we don't get any special encounters, then, you know, whatever. But walk around for a minute. Centaurs are worth a ton of XP. Like, we'll get a 10 XP from this. Yeah, that new Coca-Cola truck encounter is always welcome. Touch my microphone, just uppercut my microphone for you guys real quick. Yeah, whatever. Oh, it leveled us up. Yeah, that can definitely help with finding these encounters, these special ones. I didn't save though, and because it's been crashing, I want to. Alright. Just do a little searching. So I'm not going to waste too much fucking time looking for them. They are cool though. 7 luck, I mean, that's definitely not bad. I'm stressed they didn't yell at me to put my shit down. Alright, whatever, dog. If we get one on the way there, we get one on the way there. Oh my god. Oh damn, that actually did some damage. With the new Obsidian Fallout coming, do you think we'll see a better survival mode? Perhaps. I feel like that's actually like grown with the series. And I feel like, you know, more and more people enjoy that type of gameplay, and I'd imagine it would be, you know, they thought the last time they made a Fallout game, they thought to put it in there, and I can't see why they wouldn't, you know, want a more, you know, current version of that in the Fallout, leaving it as like a hardcore mode or like a toggle on survival mode situation. Obviously is something that I approve of, but yeah, I can't imagine that they wouldn't want to continue that. All right, it's time, boys. Trying to make it not crash. Alright, cool. Let's do it.
I don't remember inviting anyone to my room, and yet I have a visitor. Why? What could you possibly offer me? Go on. Fine. I will take you to the Master, but if you are lying, you will know.
So what shall it be? Do you join the Unity, or do you die here?
Join.
Die!
Join.
Die! I don't have to prove anything to you!
Prove. I am no villain.
You have no idea what I or
The Unity
is about. The unity will bring about the master race.
Master.
Master! One able to survive, or even
Thrive.
in the wasteland. As long as there are differences, we will tear ourselves apart fighting each other. We need one race.
Race.
Race! One goal. Goal!
Goal.
One people to move forward to our destiny. Destiny. Of course.
Mutants are best equipped to deal with the world today.
Who else? The ghouls? Please. Normals? They brought nuclear death to us all. This will be the age of mutants. Mutants. All that resist? Yes. And all those that are required for the
Unity.
as well. The remainder will be allowed to live out their days, but under unity, control.
And protection.
But none shall breed, for they will be the last of their race. And what is that? Preposterous! The FEV2 virus doesn't destroy the reproductive organs of those it mutates. Do you have proof? I must digest this information. One moment.
And then he has his big
I
cope
understand
moment.
now. You made a clever forgery. You made this up to fool me. Fool!
Me.
But it cannot be. This would mean that
All my work.
has been for nothing. Everything that I've tried to a failure. It can't be. I don't think that I can continue
Continue.
to have done the things I have done in the name of progress and healing. It was madness. I can see that now. Madness. Madness? There is no hope. Leave now. Leave while you still have
Hope.
Okay, then we'll almost die in the hallway of horrors. If you read the green text on this hallway, it is some of the gnarliest shit in Fallout. This one, at least one. Oh, yeah, mate. I knew that was going to happen. It fucking crashed the game. Ugh. Stimmies seem to be the fucking catalyst for crashing here. And we could try to kill the Overseer, but that'd probably just fucking crash us out too. I don't have bad karma or the bloody mess perk, so trait. Oh, you like the title score? Well, good. I'm glad you like it. Daddy Psycho, I mean, I suppose they could. I don't know why they haven't. Maybe somebody up there thinks that it's not worth the money to do. I don't know. I think these games are fucking fantastic. Alright, boys. That's the end of that chapter.
The death of the Master was the first major step towards ending his mad dream of conquest and enforced peace. But it is the destruction of the vats that neutralizes the mutant threat. Without the ability to create more mutants and enforce their harsh brand of justice, the mutant armies flee to the east, beyond the no man's land.
Yeah, and Fender, there's actually a lot of people we're not going to hear about in my ending here.
The ghouls of Necropolis learn how to maintain the repaired water pump, and eventually rediscover many lost secrets.
Doesn't matter, mutants come back and kill him.
They form a business, selling this technology to other towns. In Shady Sands, Tandy helps her father Aradesh bring a new community and new life out of the broken remains of the world. They are responsible for the new California Republic, whose ideals spread across the land. Killian Darkwater takes firm control of Junktown, drives out the last of Gizmo's kind, and then enforces his own brand of frontier justice. Life is fair and safe under his law. The Brotherhood of Steel helps the other human outposts drive the mutant armies away with minimal loss of life on both sides of the conflict. The advanced technology of the Brotherhood is slowly reintroduced into New California, with little disruption or chaos. The Brotherhood wisely remains out of the power structure and becomes a major research and development
my beautiful original Brotherhood. Look how they've massacred
Raiders
you.
eventually regroup and manage to terrorize small communities in the years following your adventures. Your involvement with the various places and people of the wasteland is well documented by future historians. Only a single question remained unanswered. What happened to
It probably won't be tactics. We're in the middle of a run of New Vegas right now, so I need to finish that run up.
That's wonderful, amazing.
But yeah, I mean,
So
Fallout 2 is
proud
always
of
on the
what you've
table.
accomplished, what you've endured.
I've done them both so many times on the stream now.
There's no way the people of the Vault can ever thank you enough for what you've done. You've saved all our lives. Who knows? Maybe even saved the human race. Yes. That makes the rest of this even harder. Everyone will want to talk to you. Every youngster will look up to you and want to emulate you. And then what? They'll want to leave. What happens to the Vault if we lose the best
So
of a
canonically,
generation?
when Jackarin...
What if we are the only safe place in the world? You just gave us back all these lives. I can't take the chance of losing them.
When Jackarin throws out the Vault Dweller here, canonically, obviously the Vault Dweller leaves, founds Arroyo, and then the lineage of the Chosen One happens. But he actually gets, the Overseer, gets like tried for his crimes for the most part, and gets sentenced to death because the rest of the Vault Dwellers think that this was a terrible handling of this situation, and so they vote him to get fucked. Dude, you know, Game Boy Advance is fucking fun, man. A lot of great games on Game Boy Advance, actually.
Since I took this position, but none of them harder than this one. You saved us, but you'll kill us. I'm sorry. You're a hero, and you have to leave.
And you can like enter combat right there if you hit A fast enough and, you know, shoot him, or if you have bad karma or the bloody mess trait, the Vault Dweller will attack the Overseer, and it leads to one of the most brutal death animations in the game. Like, Overseer gets like blown in half and he's climbing across the thing, you know. But there goes the Vault Dweller. They'll found Arroyo, settle down with their wife Pat. They'll have a daughter who becomes the elder of Arroyo, whose child will become the Chosen One for the events of Fallout 2. making the Chosen One the Vault Dwellers grand kid. So there we go. That was the OG Fallout. It's been a while since I had played through it on stream, so I thought I would. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for the gifted membership, Skill Chill, and Dude Killer Robot. Thank you for the fucking fat 100 donation, and Metal Man of Madness. You're like $20, and the gay Carpenter for the fat 10. I appreciate you guys all so much. It really means a lot to me. And like I said, we'll be doing the bigger mega stream this weekend, and I got videos coming, so hopefully you enjoy them, and I'll catch you on the next one.